experienced a power outage a minute ago. Hold on. Let me see if I can get these guys back on. Hang on. There we go. All right.
Oh, we are in the building.
Sorry, y'all.
Woo!
Yeah.
J Raider making it happen, baby. J Raider making it happen. No problem. No power. No problem.
For real.
You guys might have to improvise the show, or we might have to come back on.
Hey, let's go, man. Let's make it fly. Let's make it fly. Look at
I'm down with improvising.
Hey, right now, I'm telling you, man, 805 has been dropping some dimes in the building already, and I knew that you had some of this stuff up. So, hey, let's go. Hey, guys, so, we see it, man. It's the first week. We got Thursday game coming up. It's Monday. Lots of reports coming out. I'll be like Kirk Chains out there, man, throwing dimes to Bowers and Naylor and everything like that. Yo, let me know what you're thinking on that, Primo. Hit me with it, bro. All the reports coming out. What are you thinking?
Hey, bro, Kirk Chains is showing exactly why he should be the bridge starting quarterback.
Oh, and, you ain't lying.
Mendoza struggled today. He struggled today, and we talked about it. Rookie growing pains is a real thing. Even me and you we loved the Mendoza pick. We were liking to go get Fernando Mendoza, but we also knew rookie growing pains were going to come, and we didn't want to force him into the fire this early. So that's why we were saying go get a bridge quarterback. I've always said that even since DC was here. Derek Carr was if you were planning on moving from him, and that was my biggest knock with Josh McDaniels, is that if you were planning on moving on from Derek Carr, he's a solid bridge quarterback that you can go draft your future, and he will still be in the building ready to work, and you can maybe go another season with him and then move on from him. That's exactly what you can do with Kirk Cousins here. And Kirk, you got Kirk Cousins for one season. He is showing that he can still run this offense very well. And why wouldn't you want it any other way? You got a seasoned veteran in Kirk Cousins that knows Kubiak's playbook. He is killing it in practice. Now, can it translate from practice field to on the game field come game time? We have yet to see that, but I'm excited to hear that Kirk Cousins is having his way with this defense. And also just coming off a little altercation with Max Crosby, last week. Seems like he had that little extra fire in today's practice after being sat down after that scrimmage last week with Max Crosby. That scrimmage, I'm going to quote it because it probably wasn't as a big deal that people were making it out to be.
And that's that little scrummage that you're talking there at the end, bro. What I love is that, bro, there's finally somebody in the fucking locker room that has some fucking levels, bro. Like, literally, bro. Like, you knew that Max Crosby ruled the roost, and you knew that he was the guy that, hey, man, no matter what, nobody ever stood up to him. Now, finally, somebody on the offensive side of the ball has the freaking wherewithal, has the backbone to be like, hey, man, bro, that, I get it. You're doing your thing, but come on. And that to me, like when you look at your offensive lineman, bro, that would fire me up. That fires me up to go fight for you. Because you want it. You know what I mean? And that's where, like, I see I'm going to call it the Kirko effect, bro. This team is under the Kirko effect. And, bro, Bowers has a little swagger to him and this is multiple reports, and it's like, I'm going to ask you guys, is it that our defense is that bad or that Brock Bowers is that fucking good? That they say that he is open on every play, and it doesn't matter whether it's good coverage, bad coverage, medium coverage.
Bro, he's just that good. I mean, it could be our defense is that because we don't know. Let's be honest. It's a lot of question marks for our defense. But I've said that last week. Bowers is a mismatch. You put a corner on him, he's just going to outbody you. pause if necessary. He's gonna out physical your corner. You put a linebacker on him, he's just gonna outrun the linebacker. You double cover him, he still will he's still open. We've seen this last season, and this is why you have the pieces. I do acknowledge that. Well, we have the pieces that this team can turn it around this year. They can, but of course we got to be patient. But it's guys like Bowers that makes me think that, man, the foundational pieces are there, and he's doing. The thing is, the past 2 seasons, the first 2 seasons that Brock Bowers has been here, he had Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell throwing it to him his first year. He then had Geno Smith. We've seen how that experiment went, throwing him the football. Imagine him having Kirk Cousins, who doesn't really turn the football over. He only had 5 interceptions last year to 10 touchdowns. He doesn't really turn the football over. And to your point, you brought this up. When was Kirk Cousins' best seasons under? Clint Kubiak.
That ain't no lie.
So now you add those pieces, and you're giving Brock Bowers that type of quarterback, this type of play caller. It's not I don't want to say the defense is being that bad, because Bowers is just different. I said it. He is going to show the NFL why he is the best tight end in football. Yes, Travis Kelce is great. George Kittle is great. The guy down in Arizona, Trey McBride, he's doing something. He's kind of in the same situation as Brock Bowers. He's a really phenomenal tight end, just has really crappy quarterback play and a really crappy team around him. But at the end of the day, sorry, Brock Bowers is different. Even when you compare him to Trey McBride, he's different. And he proved that last season, and he's going to once again prove this season and show the NFL why he's tight end 1. He is that good. It's not that our defense is that bad. It is that Brock Bowers is that good, and he is going to dominate this season.
I agree with you, and so guys, just so you guys know, Jay is having some technical difficulties. We cannot bring up your comments onto the screen, but we will be reading through your comments and stuff like that and bringing them up and talking about it. So we just wanted to fill you guys in on that aspect. But hey, Big Luck says Brock Bowers is open like 7-Eleven, bro. He's always open. Just throw him the ball. But hey, and I love that 805 is filling us in, because he has been there live, bro. And now he's telling us, hey, when it comes to Mendoza, it's more than rookie growing pains. It's the same issues he saw in college continuing at this level. Not surprised with his degrees that struggles at all. Yeah. And hey, you've heard that, 805 has not been on that Mendoza train. He felt like we reached on him and stuff like that. But let me ask you like this. Even with the guy that we knew that he was not going to be ready, right, when he came into the building, a guy that we said, hey, he needed some development because we knew that he had to come up from underneath center.
Yes.
Are you concerned with him not playing this year, even though he's the number 1 overall draft pick?
No, I'm not. And it's because of it came down to this. What coach were we going to bring in? And we had those conversations that the only way I was going to be comfortable with the Mendoza pick is if you had the right guys in the building that knew how to develop him. If this was a situation where you kept Pete Carroll or you hired another coach that didn't really line up with where you were going to go in the draft, kind of the obvious picking a quarterback in Mendoza, like let's say we paired him with a defensive coordinator or defensive minded head coach. I don't think it would have lined up, and you would have set him up for failure. But it also added, you needed to bring a bridge quarterback in to so he can sit for a year. I've always wanted Mendoza to sit for a year, and it was because I did acknowledge, I'm like, even though he's shown some flashes, he's not your Joe Burrow, he's not your Lamar Jackson, he's not a Josh Allen, he doesn't have any of those traits that's like, man, he can really carry your team far and he can do it by himself. But having said that, it's his work ethic that I was drawn to. That whatever the coach is going, whatever Kubiak asks of him, he's going to do it. These struggles that he had in college, You give him a year to fix it. And you also give him a year to learn under Kirk, not learn under Kirk Cousins, but watch how does Kirk Cousins handle an NFL season? A veteran handling an NFL season, going against one of the toughest divisions in football, going against Denver, going against the Chargers and the Chiefs. Outside of the AFC West are NFC counterparts. The NFC West is the other strongest division. And you're going against that division as well. So why not have Mendoza sit back and learn while Kirk Cousins deals with probably the hardest schedule that the Raiders may ever see in Mendoza's life. And he won't have to even play this schedule. Now, I have said I would like to see him play in week 15 because you still got to see what you have in Mendoza. I would be concerned if we're 2-10, Will, and they don't put him in. That's when I'm concerned. Because then, like, because I would ask this question. If he's not ready now, when is he going to be ready? And we're 2-10 and he's not ready, like, or you guys don't feel that he's ready to go in. That's when I'm having a concern, because at that point, 12 games has already gone by and you guys still don't feel that Mendoza is ready. Now that's either the Kubiak and the coaching staff not developing him correctly, or that is still on Mendoza that he's not cleaning up these college issues. I mean, we are deep into training, or 10 days into training camp. We're getting close to preseason. He had OTAs. He had mini camp. You would love to see these mistakes be cleaned up more now. But again, he is a rookie. And just like all the other rookies, I'm like, you know what? It's still early. They're at the end of the day, they're still rookies. They still I want to see how they play in preseason. And that's what I've always said. How does Mendoza go against the Texans? How does Mendoza go against the Cardinals? Play against the Texans in preseason, play against the 49ers. And if he is still struggling and showing those same struggles that 805 is seeing in practice and seen in college and that we've seen in college, then that's where we can probably have some concerns.
I couldn't agree with you more, man. I honestly, I think like him sitting and stuff, like even people are like, oh, he's having these struggles. I think when Kubiak got him and they had their guys, and as soon as Kubiak put his stamp on it, that to me, bro, who the fuck am I to say like, yo, you made a mistake? I've only coached up to a certain level. I'm not in the NFL. So I'm just like, again, I'm an armchair quarterback sitting here as a podcaster and I'm saying, oh yeah, this, and that. But when a guy at that caliber says, hey man, I think I can work with this and I can make something out of him, who am I to say that, bro, like this dude ain't going to be a stud, right? They knew that he was going to go through those growing pains, that he had to do all these things. That's why they got Kirk. So at the end of the day, man, it's a win-win for the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
and why rush him?
Yeah.
The question is this, and we've asked as well, are we making the playoffs?
Hell no.
So
hey, bro,
there's no point in rushing. Yeah, there's no point.
You just said this team might be 2-10. Like, how are we going to go to the yeah, we go to the playoffs next week. Nah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Doesn't put us in the playoffs either.
But that's what I'm saying, Will, is that there's no reason to rush him.
Yeah.
Let him develop behind the scenes, and then hopefully come 2027, he'll be ready. But like I said, if they're in a situation like that and he's still not in, like by week 15, I have my concerns.
Agreed, man. Agreed. Hey, so here's a good question by Arnie. With limited reps in the preseason, who do you think out of the backups is going to make a big splash? Give me one on offense. I'll give you one on defense.
Is he talking? Oh, he's talking about which backups?
Yeah, which backups? Because I'll be like back and and that's the thing. Who's a backup? I don't even know who a starter is right now on this team.
Because here's my thing. Any of the wide receivers outside of Trey Tucker and Naylor are a backup.
Yeah,
you could name any of those wide receivers. You know what? You're gonna love this one, Trey Zoon. Even though I think because right now he is listed as a backup. Now we believe that come week 1, he could be very well on that starting roster. Come week 1, but I think right now he's listed as a backup. I think Trey Zoon's going to go out there and put belt to ass on some defensive linemen, and it's the best 5 out there. And we've heard, they got him playing all over the place: left tackle, right tackle, left guard, right Like he is taking snaps everywhere. It could have been easy to say one of the wide receivers like Benson, but Benson has been balling out. You're not seeing a lot out of Trey Zoom coming out of camp, but I think he is going to shine in preseason. And he's going to get a lot of reps, considering he is listed as a backup. And I wouldn't be shocked if Kubiak plays him all over the place in preseason, like they're doing in practice, playing him at left tackle. And then maybe, after, some drives he's playing at left tackle, he moves to right tackle or then moves to left guard. And the thing is, he welcomes it. It's not like he welcomes it. He's like, I will learn every position if I have to. He did it in college, and he will surely do that here. And he's like, wherever you need me, coach, put me in. You need me to play center? I'll play center. Need me to play left guard? I'll play left guard. Like, what do you need me to do? And I think that right there, and what we talked about it, versatility. I think that is the biggest thing we're going to see out of Trey Zoom in preseason. The versatility that this guy has.
You ain't lying. So you went offense. I'm going to go defense with Ezekiel Massis. Okay. This kid has been making waves since day one. People have said, hey, man, this guy walked in with the swagger. He walked in like he belonged. And when you believe in yourself and you play that type of position, man, and I've heard. Now, again, I don't know. I wasn't there. 805 might be able to confirm this, that he was like white on rice. Bro, he was out there stride for stride with guys, keeping it good. I'll be like
sticky coverage.
That's so I think Massis, and that defensive backfield for us is an open game. That number 2 spot. They said Darian Porter has it, and he's been working with the ones, but that spot isn't secure. Yes. So do I think that he can make a splash in the preseason to make a move up? Absolutely. And I'll give you a name on offense, bro, that keeps repeatedly coming up as a man amongst boys, as a dude that looks like a freaking ape out there. Hey, that Mike Washington dude, bro. Hey, woo, baby. When you see that frame and you see that body, bro.
Heard he's running over some defenders in practice too.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, so we got Brother Yaya says same. Roshad says Jay Raider has that Elon Musk Starlink Wi-Fi. And T Severe says, Severe says this. Jack Besh slowed down Jay's internet connection. Talking about a guy that just has been non-existent.
Yeah.
805 brought it up early in an earlier comment, bro. Jack Besh needed to show up. Everybody said, oh, you just wait to show up in pads. Jack Besh is going to show up in pads. And I have heard nothing, Primo, about Jack Besh.
And we're rooting for the guy. That's the thing. I don't want people to get it twisted. Like, we're rooting for like the guys like Dante Thornton and Jack Besh. The problem with it is that that's all I hear out of Besh. He's physical. He's a good blocker. Now, I remember when we drafted him, he was going to be the replacement to Jacoby Myers. My thing is this. I don't see the same production that he's given the same as Jacoby Myers gave us. Like, I can see him being a good blocker for us. I can see him making those tough catches. But one thing Jacoby could do that apparently he is struggling in, and that, again, we're going based off what we're hearing out of camp. 805 could correct us if we're wrong. He is struggling to get open and cause any separation from defenders. One thing Jacoby could do very well with his route running. Now, again, we're going based off what we're hearing out of camp. 805, you're there in person. Correct us if we're wrong. The thing is, I said this. If we turn on our TVs Thursday night and Besh is still, and we see it in live and living color, that Besh is struggling to cause any separation, you know who you're opening the door for? The Malik Bensons, the Shedrick Jacksons. And now we're hearing Thompkins, the guy that I had no idea who he was. We're hearing Thompkins making a case for himself. Apparently, like, that's where I'm telling, like, yes, we had this conversation maybe 2 weeks ago. Is Besh on the bubble to possibly get cut? I don't know. But I will say this. There's guys in that wide receiver room, you guys, that are making it that are going to make it very, very tough on Clint Kubiak to go to Spytek and be like, I know he's your boy. I know you drafted him in the second round, but I got these other guys that are showing up more than he is. Like, let's be honest. Malik Benson's already being considered as wide receiver 3 in year 1. In year 1, you guys, that should have been Besh's spot. Besh, that's why I have an issue with not hearing anything out of camp from him, because you're going into your second year. I get it. You're learning a new system. I get that. But Malik Benson's learning a new system. Bro, he's going from college to NFL. You already got one NFL season under your belt. You're a veteran. And you were a second-round pick, and Malik Benson is a sixth-round pick, and you're telling me a sixth-round pick is outperforming you? I got questions.
100%.
I got questions.
Yo,
805 just responded, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you his response. He says he's struggling to get the QBs to even look at him. QBs don't even look his way post snap. I was there 2 full days and not a target on 7-on-7s. Primo, not
Hey,
one
you know what
target
that-
on. This is
Will.
7-on-7. This,
You know what that tells me?
trade
You know what
block.
that tells me?
Trade
You're not
block.
getting open. You're not getting open.
Well, no, your guys don't believe in you.
That's-
This is something, and I'm telling you, bro, even 805 as a coach, even the high school kids, bro, when the quarterback believes in you, these kids will literally, like, the quarterback will literally turn and look that way first. They will sometimes stay with that read entirely too long because they believe in you. But for Jack Best to not get one look in 2 days of 7-on-7, that to me means, hey, bro. And I told you, and I know that Jay said, hey, I would not be trading him. I would not cut him. But you're either on the trade block or, hey, because I'm telling you, what is he going to do? Play special teams? He's a second-round draft pick, Primo. You said it. He should be a starter.
Yes,
He's
should.
a second-round draft pick and not making one impact on this team. But to sit there and be the towel boy, and bro, if you can block, great. Play O-line, gain some weight.
Be a tight end. I mean, he played tight end before, so.
But
And that's the thing, is that this preseason is big for him, and that's why I'm not counting him out, you guys. Like, I don't want, again, don't get it twisted. I'm not counting him out. It's just, it's a big training camp for Jack Bech. It's a big preseason for him to prove the critics wrong, especially when you got guys like Malik Benson and Tompkins and even Shedrick Jackson making some noise out of camp. That's where it's like, okay, Jack Bech, what do you bring to the table? Let's hear something out of the Jack Bech camp. And we're just hearing crickets. Like, that's what concerns me, you guys. Like, I don't know if that's not, I shouldn't be concerned about that, but that does concern me. Like, I want him to get a lot of reps, well, in preseason.
yeah,
Like, show us something. And if he has to get a lot of, like, reps in preseason to show us something, then I'm all for it. Because what you put on film, that is the bread and butter right there for us to look at. It's to look on film and be like, okay, let's see what is going on with Jack Bech, that he's just not getting the quarterbacks to look his way. Like, what is the issue?
And
again,
I'm telling you like this, hey, Primo, I'm going to tell you what the issue is. You're not getting open. You're not getting open. Like, it's not that the quarterback is going like, oh, I just don't like you, Jack Bech. Is that you're not creating enough separation or space for him to even throw a dime to you. Severe even said it. They're using him more like a tight end. And still, he can't get open, bro. So that
it does make Spytek look bad, because you're telling me you spent a second-round pick on a blocker that plays wide receiver when you could have just drafted an offensive lineman.
100%.
And again, I don't want to kill Bech, but it's like, we are talking about guys. We are talking about what's coming out of camp. We are talking about what people like 805 who are there in live and living color are seeing. I want to believe in Besh, but it's like everything I'm seeing coming out of camp, it's just be patient with him. Like if I'm Besh, let me put myself in Besh's shoes. I am fucking worried because I got Malik Benson already considered wide receiver 3.
Mm-hmm.
I already have other wide receivers that are outperforming me in camp. Like that's the way I'm thinking about it. If I'm Besh, I would be shaking in my boots right now, or as let me call it, cleats. I'd be shaking in my cleats right now.
Yeah.
Because I got because think about it, you guys. At the end of the day, yes, it's football, but it's also a job. Like this is how they provide for their family. You got guys that are hungrier in that wide receiver room because we talked about it numerous times. You got Tucker, you got Naylor. Who's wide receiver 3? Who is wide receiver 3?
Right now, wide receiver 3. Gosh, hey, we're in Jay's pocket right now, guys.
Check.
This is what's happening. There he's hey, we got it, bro.
Hey,
We can hear you, Jay. Oh, can you hear us? No.
I don't know if he can hear us.
But so I'm gonna put it like this. Says here, Severe says Marcus from TDL said the same thing about Besh. Q Myers was saying that Besh hadn't done anything to impress. And you know what, bro? That's the difficult part. When we talk about Besh, you spent a second round pick. You have to trade him to get any value for him, right? And when we look at that, Primo, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't see any fucking team going, hey, man, that Jack Besh guy. Yeah, man. I'm like, I want to trade for him. He looked like a real stud. I'd be like, we're the worst team in the NFL because we still we're still in last year's mode, right? Like 32, and you can't get open.
Yeah, I would think to Jay's point. I think you do keep him for another year because to your point, who's going to trade for him? Nobody. Nobody's gonna. You're not gonna get the same value. Like Alex said, maybe a 7th round for him, maybe a 6th. Something that's not as costly. Maybe I can see it, but again, what team at this time? A lot of teams are filling out their rosters. They're trying to find out what they have on their rosters. Maybe after preseason, you could possibly move on from him and trade him. But again, he is going into his 2nd year. You could say last year was a mulligan because of the coaching staff. So you could argue I do see the side where it's like, we don't know what we have in Besh, but the issue that I have is that is what I ran with as well. I don't know what we have in Besh because of last year's coaching staff. I don't know if he wasn't getting the reps because of crazy Pete Carroll was getting in his, way, or he just wasn't living up to expectations. I don't know. We've said this before training camp started. If Jack Besh could not perform in a Clint Kubiak-led offense with the way he can call plays and scheme guys open, key thing, scheme guys open. If he is scheming you to get open and you're not getting open, then where does he fit? Because at that point, we're talking about scheme fit, Will. At that point, we're talking about scheme fit. If he isn't fitting the scheme, then where does he fit in that wide receiver room?
On the bench? Towel boy? I'd be like, and that's the thing, right? Like, when we look at it, Jack Besh isn't a guy from this regime. And Sabir says he wasn't getting the reps because he couldn't beat Pete Carroll in a foot race. And this is the problem, all right? When you look at those type of guys, those big-bodied guys, all right, if you can't separate with speed, you have to separate with your body and the way that you run your routes, stuff like that. I'd be like, if I could see them moving him into that tight end, that slot spot, but at the same time, if he can't create separation there, Primo, he's not going to create separation anywhere else.
Dude, Brock and Michael Mayer creating separation.
Yeah, but
at the end of the day, even as a tight end, you still need to create separation.
And look at it, man. 2 big-bodied guys that can go up and get it, make bodies with their – and Malik Benson is making catches. It's just like you said. The wide receiver room, man, is wide open. But yo, we beat this horse to death.
Yes,
I think we've talked Jack Besh.
I do want to say Rosetown hit it. We can end it right here with this conversation with Besh. Rosetown said it best. It's a prove it year for everyone sticking around with this regime. And I totally agree. It is.
Yo, so you hit on this earlier, right? Trey Zune, bro. He's getting reps at right tackle, at right or left guard, at center. Bro, what are you thinking with this? I'd be like, my thing is this. You keep hearing that he's getting a lot of reps with the twos. He's not getting very many reps with the ones. So what do you think are they trying to do? Are they just trying to find a spot for him? I'm like, or are they really trying to see if this kid's a multi-tool?
That I think they're seeing the versatility that he brings. That's immediately if you guys watch Behind the Shield, that's what they fell in love with, is that versatility that he brought. That he could play from the left all the way to the right side. Now, come preseason, I think come Thursday, we're gonna see him earn his spots to get some reps with the ones. But I would like to see him get reps with the ones already, considering I see they're still shuffling around that offensive line with the first team. Now, as of right now, it does seem like it's Colton Miller, Burford, Linderbaum, JPJ, and Glaze as our starters, or as our starting five. What I want to see is, how do you feel about Burford playing, like starting at left guard? Because that's where we kind of agreed, is that's where Trey Zune would probably be, is taking that left guard spot. But right now, they got Burford listed as the starter. I had a lot of Niner fans. They didn't like Burford. And now I'm like kind of worried, because I'm like, well, Kubiak likes him enough to put him in the starting spot as of right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. First of all, man, the comment of the night has come in. I'm telling you right now, this thing has more heat than freaking the U.S. Arsenal when we go to war, baby. Hey, Jack Besh, this is coming from Severe. Comment of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Besh is a year away from creating significant separation.
Oh, no.
He's going to separate himself from the roster.
Man, Severe? The horse is already dead, my brother. The horse is already dead.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, so... And we went to the offensive line, but hey, I'm gonna tell you with Zune, man, it's like when you're a coach and you get this guy that has a lot of talent, you want to see him in different spots. You want to see his ability, right? And right now in the preseason is just the right time for this to happen. You can put him at center, you can put him at guard, you can put him at tackle. And if you're having weaknesses or second thoughts on anything, because you go like, hey, man, we heard earlier in 805, don't kill me, bro. Jordan Meredith had issues with, 2 snaps over the head of the quarterback, so then you got to see, hey, man, who can be a supplemental center just in case he goes down? So then you're going to get him reps, and then you got Linderbaum there for the next 4 years. What happens if his contract gets too big? You don't want to re-sign him. You have to move a different center. So I love that we're looking at the ways how to utilize this kid, and that they're not sitting there and just pigeonholing him. Because as a lot of coaches know, a lot of players get pigeonholed. And pigeonholed, what I mean is like you have a lot of different abilities, but because your team needs that certain ability, that's kind of like where you just fit in, and you don't develop others. So I think that with the Trey Zune situation, I think that's something unique. And I think that we need to take advantage of it. And I think that Trey Zune, man, is going to be a guy that's going to be a roster spot. But I'm with you right now. With Buford at left guard, the way that they have it listed, I'm going to tell you something, though. I'm going to shut my mouth. I'll go about my business, and I'm going to let Kubiak cook. Because we said, hey, man, we got to let this man cook. And we are already questioning things before the first game. Oh, there he is, bro. There is the man, the myth, the legend, Jay Raider.
Hold on.
He's still
Might
saying,
get
hold on.
in a
No.
minute. I pulled it to my boy's crib. I'll be back.
Sean, shout out to my guy Sean. Sean said the depth chart just dropped as of August. This is today, as of August 10th, you guys. This is the depth chart. The starting offense is quarterback Kirk Cousins, running back Ashton Jeanty. I think there's no surprise there. But the wide receivers, wide receiver 1 is Jalen Naylor. Wide receiver 2 is Trey Tucker. Wide receiver 3 is Jack Besh.
No.
Yes, that is their depth chart right now.
What?
I know. We were killing the dead horse, but yep. Shout out to Sean Johnson. Just DM'd me the roster / depth chart as of today, you guys. As of August, I'm reading it right here. As of August 10th, 2026, Jack Besh is your wide receiver 3. And then your offensive line is Colton Miller, left tackle, Spencer Burford, left guard, Tyler Linderbaum at center, JPJ at right guard, DJ Glaze, right tackle, and then Brock Bowers, tight end. They got Trey Zune as the backup to DJ Glaze at right tackle.
Interesting.
That's very, very interesting. But I mean, Zune can play all over the offensive line. They got Caleb Rogers, the backup to Burford, and then Meredith is the backup to Linderbaum. Wow.
So 805 says
from the Raiders website.
And you know what? That's crazy, man, to even think about that. But 805 says, and this is coming for Jordan Meredith, all right? He's feeling this. He said, the one reporter said went over Fernando's head on Saturday was all over Fernando. I could have been swayed. I don't even know who was at center that play. He also fumbled the snap from underneath center a few plays later, and that has been reported that's something that he has to work on is getting the ball from underneath center. But what you just told me at wide receiver 3 that it is listed, are you sure that this isn't like there has to be a mistake? I'd be like, for him to be listed at 3,
I didn't even go down to the defense because they said, Tavir's right. They got Traden Stukes behind Isaiah Palomalu at free safety, which Palomalu shouldn't even be starting at free safety, but
give us the roster. Give it to us. Give it to us. The defensive.
Okay, so if I wish I could share it, but yeah. So here's your starting defense, you guys. Max Crosby, starting defensive end, no surprise there. Tonka Hemingway is the starting defensive tackle next to Adam Butler. They got 2 starting defense tackles listed. And then at edge, they got Kwity Paye. Your starting linebackers is Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker. Your starting corners as of right now is Eric Stokes as your corner 1. Corner 2 is going to Darian Porter right now. And then corner 3 is Teron Johnson. Starting free safety is Isaiah Palomalu. And strong safety is Jeremy Chin. And Jermon McCoy is the third backup behind DeCamerion Richardson and Eric Stokes. But again, it's so early. It is so early. Well, I think after this preseason game, that depth chart is going to really start figuring itself out. But I'm going based like this is what y'all see in practice. This is what we're seeing in practice. You got Stukes over Isaiah Palomalu. You got Besh over Benson. All right.
Yeah, to me, I'd be like, I have certain questions on that, But at the end of the day, man, all it is just a lineup. Until we line up on Thursday and we see where the guys line up, I'm like, I'm just surprised by Jack Besh. But I'm going to tell you something that did make me excited right there. What you just said was Tonka Hemingway and Adam Butler.
The big Tonka.
And that right there, I'd be like, that pair, man, I think will create some havoc. And from what we keep hearing in practice is that Tonka Hemingway, bro, has been an absolute beast this year. Is this the year that he makes that leap?
He had 4 sacks last year in the little time that he played, and I think he is taking advantage of playing next to Max. That we talk about the attention that Max brings, the double teams, the triple teams, the chips. we always ask who's going to win those ones in the interior or even on the edge. Tonka is showing that I'm going to need to have some double team myself. I will wreak havoc if you keep one-on-one with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think come preseason, I wouldn't be surprised. I know I said this earlier. Kubiak came out and said the starters will play. Who knows what starters will play, how long they will play. But I would love to see Tonka out there, maybe get 4 drives in. Let's see if you can show what you've been doing in practice. Because here's what I don't want to happen, Will, is these players get the Dante Thornton hype.
Mm-hmm.
That all that's coming out in practice with Tonka, with Benson, with Masses, that's all hype.
There he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
He's in the building. Let's go.
Look at this, trying to hijack my show.
The bad guy.
I'm allowed to do this. I had to legit come out and to my boy's crib, my brother's crib, and his power at his mom's house, not even his own house, his mom's house is on. His fucking power is out too, bro. So a massive outage. So this is where we at right now, bro.
Somebody was trying to hijack your show, bro.
Hey, you got to get that.
These guys were like, "Well, we schedule," and I'm, you guys keep talking. I was waiting for the announcement to come.
Hey, we were holding it down because we're like, hey, bro, Jay's trying to figure something out.
Yeah, I told y'all let's schedule.
Hey, I thought he was gonna jump on the phone. That's what he said.
I tried to at the crib, and I couldn't do it, bro. And until I started driving, and then now I'm here, and I'm outside, so y'all know. That's why it looks all weird and shit.
No, hey, bro.
Y'all hear the traffic
too.
You guys gonna hear the traffic. But yeah, man.
Jay, just take off the back screen thing and let it ride, bro. Just let it show people how hardcore Jay Raider is when he does his show.
I'll show you guys real quick. Hold on.
This man went over to his boy's mama's house to make sure.
I'm on the patio right here, sitting. But there you go. All right.
That's dedication right there.
That is dedication. Salute to
man.
you, Jay.
We're gonna go ahead and kind of continue on. Probably not do a whole long show because I got about an hour. I got about 2 hours with the laptop, but I gotta eventually get back to the wifey.
Hey, I could do another hour.
And as you guys heard, I'm next to the Speedway. No, I'm just kidding. It feels like the Speedway out here, bro. Damn.
Hey, my man is hardcore, bro. If you ever need a podcast done on the road, Jay Raider got you. No internet, no problem. No electricity, no problem.
Hold on. Actually, hold on. I might have to go inside because I'm gonna get bit of them. Hold on. All right, y'all carry on. I'll be right back. Hang on 1 second.
Hey, we just needed the thumbs up from the boss. Keep going.
Yeah. So,
but you were talking about Tonka. You're talking about Tonka Hemingway,
bro. That duo in the middle. That is so. And you know what? Arnie just asked. Name one riser and a faller for the offense and the defense. I'm gonna give you a riser right now for the defense. The riser is Tonka Hemingway.
Yep.
Bro, just the way that the things that you've been hearing from camp, that he's manhandling people, that he's out there slugging it out with the ones and holding it down. To me, bro, about damn time, baby. We needed a guy in the middle that could go in there with Adam Butler and make a dynamic duo. We keep asking ourselves, who's going to be the guy across from Max Crosby? Well, what happens when you got two dudes in the middle that you have to double team?
And that's the scary part. And I've always said we haven't seen the best out of Max because imagine if he can get one-on-ones with someone else demanding a double team.
Well, bro, and it's not even one now. Bro, you got Adam Butler. They're saying 805 brought it up earlier. Malcolm Kuntz, bro, is getting back into pre-injury form. So
which makes sense because it usually takes about a year to recover with the injury that he had. It takes a year for him to, and he said it was more of a mental thing last year, and that this year he's put that past him. He's just playing freely.
And you know what, man? Do you remember how we wanted to get when we got Christian Wilkins and everybody was like, oh, finally, Max got that guy right next to him that's going to make him great. That's good. Bro, what happens when you get 3 other young bucks that are coming up, those young bulls that you have to look at and you're like, hey, man, who are we going to stop?
How you going to run on this D-line? I think, and that's one thing out of the terrible season we had last year, you guys, we actually played the run very well on defense. We just couldn't stop the pass to save our life. So now you're talking about Tonka Hemingway taking that big leap. We know what Max Crosby brings to stopping the run. If you can make an offense one-dimensional, because that was the issue. We can stop the run and make an offense one-dimensional. We just couldn't stop them through the air. But we addressed it we got linebackers. We got Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker. I know there's been some concerns on how Quay can cover down the field, but now you addressed the corners. Going back to that defensive line with Tonka Hemingway, if you're forcing an offense to just go one-dimensional on having to throw the football, now you're talking about Tonka Hemingway, Max Crosby, Adam Butler, pinning their ears back. Now we can go full pass rush mode. Yeah. Fuck stopping the run. I'm coming to eat the quarterback. And Tonka's been doing that. The report today was on to bounce off what you were saying. The report was that in a red zone period, he sacked Kirk Cousins today.
Yeah.
And that's all we've been hearing. Tonka sacking this Kirk. Tonka sacking Kirk again. Tonka sacking Mendoza. He's not just getting to the quarterback. They label them as a sack because he can't tackle them, but he's not just being disruptive and getting pressure. He's getting to the quarterback.
No, absolutely. And when you're breaking the pocket down, when it collapses from the front instead of from the sides, bro, that pressure is totally different. Quarterbacks feel that pressure as soon as that pocket starts collapsing from the front. So when you get a guy like Tonka, man, making those big-time moves and collapsing the pocket from that interior line, bro, that just means one thing: more sacks, more pressure, more mistakes that that back end keep capitalizing on. And from what we keep hearing in practice, right, is that this keeps happening in practice. Guys are capitalizing on mistakes. Jeremy Chin had an interception. Darian Porter has had interception. Ezekiah Massis has had an interception. So with those things going on in practice, bro, us having the ability to put pressure without having to send the house is a big time thing. And I'm going to give you something. Hey, Arnie asked for a guy that's actually a loser, and I'm going to go back with Jack Besh. I don't give a damn what that fucking depth roster says. Jack Besh is the biggest loser of camp. Why? Because he hasn't had anything to say, hey, man, where he's getting separation. There's nothing to validate him as the second-round draft pick. There's nothing to validate him on any part of this team or to even validate his position at the third roster spot. What do you think, Primo?
I'm going to go a different route, but to bounce off of that, you're right. Like, that's why when I got sent the depth chart, shout out to Sean again, shout out to my guy Van City too, because they were hearing me. But at the end of the day, I'm looking, as I go down more on the depth chart, then you see guys like Palomalu starting. You see, the only bright spot was Tonka starting. That's like, okay, that makes sense. But why is Benson, with all that's coming out of camp, that's where I ask myself, what are we not seeing? Because again, we're not there. What are we not seeing that Kubiak sees to put Besh at wide receiver 3? Or to your point, is it just a lineup for game day?
Let me tell you this. And Jay can probably let me get Jay's thought after that. Jay, so if I want to shop Jack Besh, And I don't see and I'm seeing all this other stuff in practice. What's the best way for me to advertise that this kid is still pretty decent? Is to put him on the depth chart at the number 3 spot, to show him some love in the preseason, to get him out there and start selling damaged goods. Not damaged goods, because he's not damaged goods. It's just misused goods or misappropriated goods. I don't know what you want to call it. But a guy that we don't no longer want on the roster. There's only one way, Primo. Is to put him at the number 3 spot and give you something to think about.
Well, to Arnie's point, well, Jay, you got any comment? I don't want to cut Jay off.
Yeah, like. So, Jay, what do you think about Jack Bech being listed at number 3 on the depth chart?
Unofficial, by the way, unofficial.
Right.
You're breaking up, Jay.
Audio's a little shaky.
Yeah. You know.
It's a little bit.
Little bit. It was better when you were outside.
He's like, you need to go back to the highway, bro.
No, like I can barely hear you right now.
Yeah.
Jay is AIJ.
Yeah. Dixon, we don't. So Jay has control over everything. We don't, unless I could probably share my screen. I could probably bring it up.
Yeah, we could share screen.
Let me see, because I could probably bring it up. Let me see.
All right.
Oh, there he is. Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
I don't know what was going on. All right. Yeah, you guys are like trying to hijack the show, bro.
He's trying to hijack this show.
Yeah, bro. I was like, yo, hold on. Just tell them we'll reschedule for a little bit later. And y'all kept talking, bro.
Sorry.
Hey, we had to like warm up the crowd for the megastar to come in, bro.
No, bro. What megastar? Y'all too?
Yeah, Jay Raider.
Me, bro.
Jay Raider. Yeah.
I'm just a conduit, bro. That's all I am.
He says I'm just a conduit.
I'm just a conduit, bro. Well, I had a whole like thing, like a whole show.
Let's go through it.
Y'all run off the rails. I don't even know where we at.
Just run through it. I'll be like,
we were just going based off the comments. We were just rolling off the comments.
Yeah, we were freaking
freeloading it.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to at least like try to produce from the back, and I'm like, I couldn't even do it.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, bad. I'll be like, we got to cover for our boy Jay Raider.
All right. Well, I don't know why we're talking about Jack Bech, but yeah, I mean, look.
And that's what they wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we went to Jack Bech.
And also, Jay, because the unofficial depth chart is released, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to put it up, I can put up the screen. But I mean, look, we talked about it last week, and we talked about it the week before. Jack Bech hasn't really shown much out there, you know.
Exactly.
I think what we're gonna finally see is we'll see on Thursday what he's able to do, because he is gonna get some burn. But right now we haven't seen too much from Jack Bech, and then Dante Thorne's been injured as well. So you have those two things kind of going on right now. So I mean, you know, I'm not like Will. I won't tell you guys that, hey, we need to go ahead and just literally cut the guy. It's not that type of deal. But what I'm gonna tell you is that we need to go ahead and hold on to Jack Bech, because either he can he could find himself maybe potentially a little bit later on in the season, or we might be able to go ahead and put him on a trade either towards the deadline or maybe next season. It could be either or. But obviously, you know, there's a lot to come between now and then. You can go ahead and shop Jack Bech, but if you want premium draft capital, it's not going to be that. You know, if his performances continue to be the same, you know, where it's like struggling to create separation, he's not getting a lot of reps. It's like, okay, maybe you could sell it with like not having a lot of reps, but honestly, it's just I don't know how I see it. Dante Thorne, on the other hand, I think he got injured the other day. I don't know what's exactly wrong with him. I didn't have a chance to go ahead and kind of look at that, but for sure, I don't see him potentially being on this roster next season if he doesn't have a turnaround type season. To be honest with you,
Bro, I don't see him making this roster this year.
No, he'll make the roster, bro. He's a first round pick, bro. They're not gonna go ahead and like literally let him go, bro. That's kind of dumb. You know what I mean? But what I think they'll go ahead and do is they'll go ahead and keep him on the 53 as like depth, and we won't see like a whole lot of burn from him. And they'll probably go ahead and try to do something as far as a trade next season. Like next
if you
off
could,
season.
Jay, I do have it shared if you wanted to pull
All
it
right,
up.
well, let me go ahead and pull that up, y'all. And again, appreciate you guys pulling up and tapping in. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be very mild because I'm not at my crib. I'm like somewhere else to try to go ahead and just finish the show up. But make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe on all the channels that you hear. My guy Silver and Black Reader podcast, and then my guy Primos at Reader Primos. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in, and obviously my channel at Just Raiders, baby. Appreciate you guys. All right, what are we looking at here? Because on my screen it looks very small.
Yeah, bro. Like I can barely see it. Pretty much. Like
I'm gonna send it to you. Yeah.
No, I see it. I just had to like go full screen because
I mean, like,
I
bro,
don't
I
have
almost
like
have to get into the
two.
screen.
Yeah, I don't have like 3 monitors in front of me. I only have my laptop.
All right, hey, so it says wide receiver, Jalen Naylor. What the?
So Jalen Naylor, Dante Thornton Jr.'s second string behind Naylor. Cedric Jackson is the third, and then outside of that is Chase Roberts.
Okay.
And then the other wide receivers are Trey Tucker, outside of him, Dereke Young, Philip Dorsett, Brandon Johnson, and then our slot or our wide receiver 3, Jack Besh, Malik Benson, Devin Tompkins, EJ Williams Jr.
No, bro.
That's the wide receiver room right now, unofficially, guys.
Yeah. And then again, Dante Thornton looks like he's injured, so we don't know if he's gonna play on Thursday or not. I can't really honestly say. But yeah, we got in the running back room Genty, Washington, Lobe, and then Roman
Dylan
Henry.
Labe.
Yeah, and then I can't even pronounce his name, bro.
Roman Henry, and then Dare.
No.
Yeah,
I can pronounce Roman Henry. I just can't pronounce Dare. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, exactly, bro. But
D-O instead of Debo. D-O.
All right. Yeah, so there you have it.
And then here's the defense. If you guys want to see the defense again,
so
that is our defensive starters.
Obviously, yeah. So obviously at edge you got Crosby, Coons, and I heard Coons was already in the second team. And then you got Jafari Harvey, and then you got Patrick Johnson. At D tackle, you got Hemingway, then Lualu, Pegues, and then Gary Smith the third. That's the guy to go ahead and kind of keep a lookout on. He's the D tackle from UCLA. You got Adam Butler on the other side, then Thomas Booker, Benito Jones, and then our 7th round pick, Brandon Cleveland, and then Travian May. Returning again for another season. At edge right now, we have Pretty Pay, Deron Crawford, Brendan Jackson, and Ian Sloan. I not like that. N'Kobe Dean. That's an interesting that they have him at an edge. Sloan. That now that I kind of look at it, I'm like, that's crazy. Then you got N'Kobe Dean, linebacker with Tommy Eichenberg, Sagun Ulubi. I butchered that name. Buddy Johnson. That was way easier, bro. Quiddy Pay, obviously, Leonard Bird, Cameron McGrone, and then Sabian Story, which is nice to see his name on there. And then obviously, cornerback 1, Stokes, Cam, Jamal Boy. On the other side is Jalen Porter, Masses, and then Anisium on there as well. At nickel, you got Toronto Johnson and Freddie Bam, and then Caleb Olford, and then Davian Perkins. They got Paul Mao out of free safety, then right after him is Stooks, and then McCollum. Then you got Tim Dalton, strong safety, that's interesting. And then Devin Lafayette. to round it out. So that's it. And then
Man, your
obviously
special teams.
you got Gabe to start it off, and you got Matsusawa behind him. And I heard Matsusawa is killing it right now, so I'm excited about that. And then you have Cole, obviously Cole is doing the punting. The new long snapper, Alex Ward, and then Tyler Zuzinski. I probably butchered that name as well. And then you have Trey Tucker currently and kick return, and then Dylan Lobby, and then on punt, same thing, Tucker, and then they have Jamon McCoy. So it's interesting that they might have Jamon return some punts maybe on Thursday, and that'll be exciting to see. So, yeah, because for them to put him as number 2 on the punt return, bro, they must feel pretty confident. That's what I must just say on that. But
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Trey Tucker, fielding kicks. Him considering, he's one of our starting wide receivers. Like that's kind of like how I felt like with Hunter Renfrow when he was here. Like, why have him return kicks if you're gonna have him part of your starting lineup on offense?
Stop, bro. Stop. These guys ain't no don't break glass. Hey, bro, you got to let a guy do his thing. If that's where he excels and he's the best player to do it on the team, if you want to win games, bro, do it. I'll be like, if Trey Tucker was Justin Jefferson, absolutely hell no. But Trey Tucker is Trey Tucker. He's I'm like, he's not a guy that shouldn't be able to, bro, he needs to be a Swiss Army knife. In order for him to even make this team, he needs to be a Swiss Army knife. He needs to excel in everything that he does. So for me, bro, hey, we need to be able to use him in every way. And why not? Give him the opportunity to return kicks, especially because when's the last time you've seen a kickoff or a punt return for a touchdown?
Dwayne Harris?
Jacoby Ford? Jacoby Ford.
Well, Dwayne Harris with the punt kickoff return. Yeah, I think it was Ford.
Jacoby Ford, bro. That's all I got to say. So if Tucker gives us the ability to get that, why not? We need to look at everything, man. We got to score points whichever way we can.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys what have you guys covered so far?
Jay, we're going to cover every single banner.
Well, what have you covered so far?
We've just talked about everything. We
talked about wide receiver 3. We talked about Tonka. Talked about Kirk Chains killing it in practice today.
Okay.
I mean, we really didn't really cover anything. We just covered questions that have been popping up.
Oh, okay. So you guys, okay.
Yeah.
Let me
waited for you, bro.
Okay, there you go. Well, I need to know so that way I can kind of gauge and skip certain things that you guys are covered. All right. So let me go ahead and kind of propose to kick this off, and we're gonna have to speed a little bit through it. And scraps, you already know. It went down on Friday. It got crazy. Let's go ahead and talk about the Real Housewives of the Raiders of Las Vegas. Kirk and Max got into it on Friday. That's one of the scraps. You also had Max picking on JPJ. I don't know about picking, but to get into it. JPJ.
About damn time.
Well, Lloyd Rogers also scrapping, man. So, I first honestly, and if y'all tapped in on Saturday show, y'all got my take on the scrap versus Max and Kirk, right? And everybody else. It's kind of like it's what you do in camp, but I don't know. It was crazy where you had our guy Clint Kubiak step in and hold him out of practice, and that was kind of a disciplinary type of thing. And you can kind of tell already that Clint ain't fucking around. He's gonna lay the law. He's gonna lay the law down. He's gonna go ahead and make sure practice is done a certain way. And we've heard that coming out of camp with guys saying it's very organized, it's very structured. They know what the next thing is gonna be. So how do you guys? I want to get you guys' take because I already gave my take on Saturday, right? I think it's a good thing. It's part of camp. This is what you do. You guys gonna have guys gonna be physical, right? You guys are gonna have guys talking shit, and also too sometimes it's because you just want to go ahead and spark things up. You want to go ahead and get guys into camp. You guys want to go ahead and start like, getting that aura, man, that fire under the fucking belly. You know what I mean? So, how do you guys feeling about everything that kind of went down last week? And how do you guys feeling about this week going into week 3? And then obviously we got the game on Thursday. So Primo, I'll hit you up.
Hey. All right.
A lot of fun,
I love it. I love it. You got multiple scrums out there. You got Max and Kirk. You got Rogers and McGee. You got a lot of, and that's what competition brings out. You got it shows me that these guys want to win reps. They want to win out there, not just win games. They want to win individually. We know the true competitor that Max is. But it's nice to see that Kirk is he's barking back. And I think what I read was that it was like Max hitting Kirk's arm, and I'm not gonna lie, it did remind me of the time. I don't know if you guys remember when Patrick Mahomes was mic'd up against us on Monday night, and Max was kind of like shoving him, and Patrick's like crying at the refs, like, "Oh, bro, he can't be doing that. Like, stop doing that." And then him and Max got into it. It kind of reminded me of that. But Kirk, it seemed like he wasn't backing down from Max. Now, as far as the disciplinary action that Kubiak brings, I understand it. That you want to keep your guys healthy. But why? I want to ask this question: why was it just them two?
I was about to give you the answer to that question.
Because I'm like, why wasn't it Pegues and Rogers? Like, why wasn't Rogers and Pegues held out of practice?
Hey, Primo, I love it. Hey, I'm gonna follow you up, B, because
answer it, Will.
I'm gonna tell you, right? Hey, so as being a coach, and hey, you know what? This Kubiak dude, bro, is probably thinking on a different level, right? So you're gonna say that they're the two biggest leaders of the team. You're gonna say that they're the two biggest packing. So you're gonna make them the whatever example, right? Yeah. But Kirko had to go catch a Backstreet Boys show this week or that day with his wife. So you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so it works out on, quarterback comes out. Hey, coach, hey, might have to get a little bit scrappy because I got that BTB show to make with the wifey. But I'm just saying that for me, you're gonna make like supposable example of them, but you want to give those guys a break. Do you really think Max Crosby needs to be in training camp right now, going full tilt every single practice? Nah. Do you think that Kirko, you want to get him hurt in the preseason because you do got guys going full tilt and trying to make a name for themselves and stay on this team? You don't want that. So what you do is you say, hey, it's Friday. What was it? Was it a Friday or a Saturday practice?
It was a Saturday, so it was essentially the last day.
So hey bro, that Saturday, hey bro, you might want to sleep in,
enjoy the
get a power nap, get you that extra breakfast time.
Well, he was out there. He was out there stretching. He just didn't participate in the scrimmages,
But you out there trying to get your little stretch on, but we're not gonna put you out there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and that's what you do. I'll be like, at the end of the day, for me, I love the scrappiness. It's about time that we start hearing about the scrappiness in practice because Jay, Primos, I don't know, like when you guys played ball, when you guys get into those two-a-days, those hot summer days, bro, and you're just going and pounding at each other, and that one dude just keeps effing up, or that one dude just keeps making you have to do that same play, and they keep hitting you, and they keep bothering you, and they keep poking you. Bro,
I was doing baseball practice, and I know people might think baseball is not that, of course, I wouldn't say it's that intense like football, but no, you're right. Fielding grounders over and over and over again on a hot day because one person keeps fucking up. Yeah, bro, we're getting into a scrap.
Yeah, so it's about time. That's how good teams get formed. I'll be like, bro, it's that time of the year, bro. You feel it in the air. You freaking drink it in the Kool-Aid, baby. I'll be like, even Jay said, We should be pumped up for this show, motherfuckers. Fuck,
Mhm.
it's finally here. Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Hey,
see that
hey, and also,
silver.
you think these guys are not going to bring that intense energy to the Cardinals?
Oh,
Like, and that's what especially like Caleb and Big E's getting into it. Those are guys fighting. Not, I want to say,
team.
yeah. Well, I want to say Rodgers is probably fighting to stay on the team. Maybe more Piggies, you could argue, but at the end of the day, they're still fighting out there. Because they're backups. They're going to continue fighting to make a name for themselves and show their worth on this team. So guarantee I wouldn't be surprised we see a little bit of chippiness in these preseason games. Hey, bro, the joint practice, I'm expecting we're going to get some fights with the Texans.
Yeah, it's normal. I mean, like, bro, what team does it?
Yeah.
Wait, Jay.
So,
bro, we can't hear you, Jay.
Oh no. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just not trying to talk too loud, but I'm like on these headphones, so it's not the best mic on the beats, bro. I might say that with me.
No. So what did you say?
I said I just said I hope so because sometimes you need it, bro. Sometimes you just need to go ahead and do spark up fight, spark up that fire, man, in the team. So it's just this is one of those things. It's just things that happen, man. That's how I see it in this part of camp, bro. And like Severe says, I don't know why they put his back. Kirk, yeah. Look, they were out today. They were cool. They tapped each other on the helmet and the fucking handshake. It's all good, bro. Like it's all love. It wasn't meant to be like fuck you, bro. Like I want to punch you in the face. It's like, okay, it's just let me see what you're made of, dog. That's kind of what it is, And maybe Max out something that he's like, I need to spark a little fire in this guy's ass. Like let me see what it's about. So it is what it is. But on the other hand, Fernando did have a run with the ones on that day as well. So he did take over for Kirk Cousins when he was sidelined, and for a lot of the reports, he had a pretty solid day. He took control of the offense. He really didn't make too many mistakes out there on Saturday, but that was his first opportunity really to go ahead and run with the ones, get a better quality of player out there that you can go ahead and kind of connect with. And then obviously, another name that was kind of popping up too was Malik Benson. Malik Benson again continues to shine out there, definitely making his name known and possibly can make his way into having a good solid rotation in this offense. And you know what? And I know this guy's was it a 6th round pick. I know that he has his issues or worries about like his hands catching the ball. Obviously we got to see what his route is going to look like, and we'll see that on Thursday. But as of right now, he is making waves. So I'm all for it. How do you guys feel about Fernando's run with the ones, and then Malik Benson as well? And then I can't forget to mention Will's guy, Zune taking reps at the center, and then also at right tackle, bro. So I feel with him, he's definitely going to be that guy who's going to be that backup center who could possibly come in at a utility type of position if somebody were to go down. And hopefully, God forbid, there's wood right here. It doesn't happen. So, but how y'all feeling about everything that went down on Saturday, which is, Fernando running with the ones, and then Malik Benson had a pretty good day as well. And then June taking reps with the twos at center and right tackle. Will, I'll start off with you because Zune's your guy.
Go, Will.
About time. Start out with prime time. Yo, so check it, man. Fernando getting runs with the ones and doing okay. I mean, it's a great thing to hear because guess what? Today he had struggles. So he's kind of up and down, right? You've heard that he's done well. and that he struggled. But the runs with the run and that he was able to command the offense, go out there, make some throws. It's a great thing, man. It's good, but I'm not going to sit here and make a big wave out of it because what I'm saying is something that should be expected out of the first pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
A guy that can come in the preseason and take over a practice in the preseason. You know, so when we look at that, man, Fernando freaking going in there, taking reps, being efficient, I'm thankful. Why? Because fuck, when's the last time have you heard that a team like the Raiders can be missing their or their starting quarterback and that we can have an efficient practice and that we look actually decent? Great. Malik Benson. What a steal, bro. I'd be like this. He's sounding like the guy that's gonna be that gem, that guy from the Seahawks. I can't pronounce his name. Rashid
Shaheed.
Rashid Shaheed from the Seahawks. Yeah. He's a guy that's versatile with speed, a guy that's been making a ton of plays. Is it questionable once you put on the team, once you go against the other team, though? That's where we got all questions, right? Because we keep going against each other in practice. You killing it in practice versus our defense, that really isn't telling me much because guess what? We were the worst defense in the league when it came through against the pass.
Mm-hmm.
We just said it, you know, Primo said it, man. We could stop the run, but we couldn't stop you on 3rd and 18. We'd give you a first down. Bro, 3rd and 18, like last year. I'm watching our team. Oh, yeah, we're going to get this. This 3 and out. First down. What the? But that was our team last year, right? So when we look at that, I'm like, I hope that Malik Benson, when we go against, you know, Arizona on Thursday, if he's still making some waves, then watch him move up the charts. Trey Zoon, baby. Big old sexy war daddy. Thank you, Jesus, for coming and just putting you on our doorstep. Needs to get in the weight room, get a little bit stronger, in my opinion. Okay. They're having him play multiple positions on the line because of his skill set, and they're not pigeonhole him like we talked about it with Primo. This team needs this kid to be so good at so many different things. And I mean, like, if he can solidify one of those 3 empty spots that we have on that starting offensive line, that's money in the bank, bro. I'll be like, when you look at him at right tackle, if DJ Glaze is freaking slipping up, or JPJ at right guard, or if Buford can't handle it at left guard, and you got a kid that you can plug and play in the 3rd round with, like, I think, what is it, pick number 90? That's why you call him Mr. Senor Zoon. That's it, bro. Primo!
Hey. Fernando, bro, I mean, you're right. And this is coming from a guy, again, pounding the table from Mendoza. I'm happy for him, but at the same time, I'm be like, oh man, Mendoza should be starting day 1. He killing it with the starters, with the ones. No, this is something that he needed to be thrown into. I wonder if them, you know, telling Kirk take the day off is because they want to see what they had in Mendoza to run with the ones. And you need to see, we talked about it, 2 weeks ago, put the pressure on Mendoza. See how Mendoza responds to the pressure. That is a start to adding the pressure on him. How do you respond just getting thrown in with the ones right away? Without, you know, did he expect Kirk, you know, to get disciplinary action after the scuffle? Who knows? But he gets thrown into the with the ones. He struggled today. And I'm starting to see some consistency with this. He'll start off slow. He'll have a couple mistakes in the beginning, and then he'll finish strong. I like that. I like that he's finishing strong in the practices, but my issue is that's a consistent problem. You're starting off slow, you're finishing fast, but in a blowout when it's 30-14, I don't need you to start catching fire when we're already down 21 or 24 points. So what I would like to see, if he does, I don't know if Kirk is going to start Thursday, but when Fernando gets in, the one thing just going previewing Thursday, just real quick, is I want to see him start fast. Because that's one thing I'm starting to take away from these practices. He is not starting fast. He is starting slow. And one thing in this league is you need to start fast. You need to start fast. You need to start putting that pressure on the defense right away because the game can get out of hand real fast. And once it gets out of hand, like I said, once it gets out of hand and you're down 21, bro, not everybody's Tom Brady that can come back down 28-3. Not everybody can do that. So I don't want to see him thinking that he can have these comebacks, you know, being down 14, being down 17. I'm tired of having Raider anxiety during Sundays and having my heart kind of pressurized. But yeah, I just want to see him start fast. Going to Malik Benson. This is why when we brought up the depth chart, while we were kind of beating a dead horse again, is because what are we not seeing in practice that Benson shouldn't at least get plugged into wide receiver 3 for Thursday to like see some, you know, to start Thursday in preseason, even if it's, you know, extensive time, because I'm not expecting Benson to be in there for 3 drives and then they pull him. I'm expecting him to see some quality reps. But again, like I said, what are we not seeing? But I'm glad that we are seeing him continue to make noise. That is what we've been saying when it came to this wide receiver room. Who is going to be making some noise? And we were hoping it was Thornton and Besh, but Benson said, "Hey, hold my beer. Don't forget about me. I may be a 6th-round pick, but the one thing I know about 6th-round picks and 7th-round picks, they have a chip on their shoulder. They have more to prove. They are going to go out there and practice and give 110% every single practice. And that is exactly what Benson is doing. But on the flip side of that, I look who he's going against. He hasn't really man up against Eric Stokes. He's gone against Darian Porter, who he's been up and down, but he's had some strides in today's practice. McCoy, we know what he's bringing. This is why I'm excited. I want to see him versus Masses. Mm-hmm. I want to see Benson versus Masses. And we're not out there, so hopefully 805 can, maybe tag us in on that if they have gone up against each other, because we're hearing good things out of Masses, we're hearing good things out of Benson. I want to see what happens when you bring those two guys together and they go against each other on 7-on-7s or 11-on-11s, not necessarily 1-on-1s, mainly to the fact that we know about 1-on-1s, wide receivers usually win that. So I would love to see that. And then Trey Zune taking reps with the twos, playing at right tackle, playing at center. We know this about offensive linemen, you guys. They get injured a lot. Their durability is
severe, bro. Sorry, man. I'm like, holy.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good, Raider Will. But we said this last. What's Severe say?
The only noise that Beth and Thorn are gonna make is fart sounds from the bench, bro. That's what my son does, bro. A little fart noise in his mouth.
But Will, we talked about it with Trey Zune. Mm-hmm. If one of these linemen go down, Trey Zune could be taking somebody's job.
Oh yeah.
And we talked about that, and it's that versatility that I'm telling you, this coaching staff, this front office fell in love with, and they're putting it on display in practice. Can you play center? Can you play right tackle? Now, yeah, he hasn't got any reps with the ones. He's working his way up with the twos. But like I said, I heard, like when it comes to the preseason, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Trey Zune start climbing the ladder on the depth chart. Same with Benson. After preseason week game against the Cardinals, I wouldn't be surprised, come Texans week, we start seeing Trey Zune and Malik Benson's names start flying up the depth chart.
Yeah. Let me kind of go ahead and keep it pushing, y'all. Did you guys talk about Masters already?
Not really. No,
not really. Okay, so
no, we just talked about him as an emergency rookie.
Okay, well there you go. So Hikazai Masters continues to impress with the one. This week, last week, and then this week again. And then obviously you guys talked a little bit about Tonka, but is Tonka really making that push for a starting?
I like that.
Yes,
he's going off at camp, man, and he's really, really making that push to go ahead and potentially start. Let me go. I have a note real quick. Shout out to Ryan McFadden. He says Tonka Hemingway continues to look like someone who is shaping up to be a week 1 starter he sacked Kirk Cousins during the red zone period. So there you go. Ryan McFadden, shout out to Ryan McFadden. Make sure you guys go ahead and give him a follow on Twitter if you guys are not following him already. Shout out to everybody on Twitter. But
Yeah.
hey, for a guy like Ryan McFadden to go ahead and say that, hey, Tonka looks like a week 1 starter, man, this guy's light is shining really bright right now. And we talked about it last week. There's tape. There's limited tape on him, and the instances where he's out there, he's creating havoc, and that's what you want to go ahead and see. He might not be the biggest guy out there, especially if he's playing that zero tech, but he's going to go ahead and utilize all his techniques to his advantage to go ahead and be disruptive, and that's what we need. We need somebody who's out there who's going to be disruptive in this, new 3-4, and we'll see how they're going to really line them up right now. Based on that depth, he's number 2, right?
Yeah, I would think he's number 2 behind.
So he's going to be the 2. He's going to be that
Butler.
zero
Okay,
tech.
there
You're
you go.
correct. You're going to use Adam
yeah.
Battler as that 3 tech, and then he'll be the over or the on the under. Then he'll be that 3 tech, which I highly doubt.
So how you guys feeling about those 2 guys?
And this is what I said about how you're going to make a playoff team, but just isolating it to the defense side of the ball, the draft. Like I said, you got Tonka, who was drafted. You got Hezekiah Masses, who was drafted. Just to add him in there, Jamal McCoy, who was drafted. Darian Porter, who was drafted. You got guys who are homegrown talent making noise. Yeah. Now, Hezekiah Masses, he's actually surprising me because I'm like, when I was watching just tape on him, I'm like, hey, he's a ball hawk. He is sticky in coverage, which I like. I thought he was a little too handsy, and I'm like, man, I don't know then if he's gonna get caught for holding a lot. But so again, I don't know if he is still. We haven't heard anything about him, hugging. But what we have heard is sticky coverage. He still has that sticky coverage in practice, and I'm just thinking about if Jamal McCoy can live up to expectations, and you can have Hezekiah Masses on the opposite side of him, you potentially have 2 cornerbacks who are locking down their side of the field, one-on-one. And those safeties don't have to worry about them having to have safety help. You got 2 guys that, hey, I'm a man up against this wide receiver, and he's not going to beat me. Hezekiah Masses has shown that. He went against, who did he? No, that was Darian that went against Benson, and he got a PBU on him. For Hezekiah, I'm excited for the kid, and I'm hoping against the Cardinals, I'm hoping Hezekiah gets a lot of reps. Again, I want to see him take what he's doing in practice and put it on the game, on the game field. For Tonka, I said this earlier. If you can get some he's not just getting pressure. He's just not being disruptive. He is getting to the quarterback, and he's bringing them down. Now, of course, in practice, you're just touching the quarterback. Pause if necessary. You're not tackling the quarterback. But what I said is him being that disruptive. If he can take that with him and continue to do that in the game, that just frees up Max even more. And we see what Max can do with double teams, with triple teams. If you can open just a little bit for Max of him getting a one-on-one because you're getting a lot of the attention, this D-line can wreak havoc altogether with Malcolm Kuntz, with Kwity Paye, with Max Crosby. And then we're not even just talking about Rob Leonard's defense, him playing an aggressive style defense. We haven't even talked about Quay Walker coming on a blitz or Nakobe Dean coming on a blitz, and you're still in having to do with Tonka. Tonka frees up a hole that the linebackers can just shoot right through. And so I'm excited. I think Tonka is definitely making a bid for a starting spot. I would love to see him get some snaps in the preseason. Kubiak said the starters are going to see some snaps in the preseason. I just hope Tonka isn't one of those that you're going to see for like a series or 2. I know we don't want to risk injuries, but again, this is a young guy going into year 2. You want to see what he has. And again, if he's living up to that hype that we're hearing out of camp, and if it is transitioning into the game. But if first 2 series, he's already causing havoc. I mean, I don't think there'd be anything more to see. You're only going to be having a lot of reps on out there for him if he's not really producing anything. But yeah, if he does what he's doing in practice against the Cardinals, then yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if we do see his series get cut short.
Oh, shit. Fucking free. I'm just fucking with you, bro. I'm just fucking with you. I was like, whoa, I finally get a turn. Okay, let me tell you like this. Masses being in sticky coverage, being an agent zero, automatic A+. I love it, man. It's about damn time our draft picks start working out for us and they start looking good. It's a later round draft pick. Tonka Hemingway becoming a silverback, being a savage in the middle, bro. I needed that, bro. Every single team needs that zero. I love that Jay said it like that too. It's not that he's going to play that 3 tech. It's literally he's going to play that 0 tech. He's going to be taking on double teams, and he just needs to be able to manhandle it. So him becoming a silverback and going in there and just fucking throwing guys around, it makes me excited. But it also makes me a little bit worried. Is it that our offensive line is that weak? Or is it that Tonka is really that strong? Just questions, right, Jay? But hey, man, let's get it, Jay. I can't hear you, Jay.
Can't hear you.
Phones keep going now. Can you hear me?
All right, there.
Yeah,
Yep.
gotcha.
You're good now.
Oh, nope.
Oh,
No.
just cut it. Cut out again.
I
What?
Let's see. Can you hear me on the computer mic?
I can hear you on the computer mic.
We can hear you now.
All right, cool. Let's do that. And hopefully, I think that one works out a little bit better. So yeah, let's see what happens with Tonka Hemingway. And obviously, it's still early, right? But the first test is coming up, and I'm excited about that. So I'm excited to see what Zeke Mass is going to be able to do on Thursday, and then same thing for Tonka Hemingway. And then let me go ahead and hit up this question real quick. Shout out to Arnie in the building. Question for Will: How much do you get for living in Denver and rooting for the rival Raiders? And you know what, dog? I got 2 cents on that because I was out there in Denver for like 2 months, almost 3 months, almost at one point for a training that I had to do, like for one of my jobs a while back. And I know about being in Denver and being a Raider fan during the season.
Tell him.
Oh yeah, Denver's pretty deep on Raider fans, to be honest with you. And so there's spots to go ahead and link up with other Raider fans out there. Shout out to the Black Hole out in Denver. If y'all watch, and salute to you guys. I'm definitely going to go ahead and try to make it back out there this year. So, but yeah, man, I mean, it is Bronco country. Let's just say that even where I'm at, it's like half Bronco country. No, it's like a third of Bronco country, then a third of like Raiders, and then like a third of Cowboys, bro. It's like split into 3. That's weird. Whoa. So that's just kind of how it is out there. But yeah, man, let me go ahead and kind
Uh-oh.
I froze.
Hey, I can hear you though. We can hear you.
So maybe my face froze, but y'all can still hear me. So
yeah,
let me just keep it pushing through. Let's go ahead and preview
Raiders
versus Cardinals.
Let's go.
Let's go ahead and talk about what should we look for as far as
the post game show. The post
what should
game
we
show.
look-
That's what we're looking forward to. Is the post game show.
the post game show? I know, bro. Sexy will be you there, bro.
We might have to link up.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can make happen. But hey, so what I'm going to tell you, what I'm most excited for with this is one. Wait, are we doing what we should looking for from the QBs? Are we doing the?
Yeah. We should do. Yeah,
we
should be looking for from the QBs. We're gonna start off there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So,
trying to fix my image here, bro. So bear with
bro,
me.
no, I got you, bro. So,
I
what
like
should we
Arnie
expect
said
from the
frozen thoughts.
QBs? So, what do you think about that, right? Of like, what should we expect from the QBs? We should expect for Kirko to go in there and be somewhat efficient, to move the football, and to play about one fucking series, and that's it, right?
Okay.
Then what I expect is for AOC and for Mendoza to then start getting their snaps, right? So we'll see a heavy case of Mendoza for the first half. What I want to see from Mendoza, I don't care if he plays mistake-free football. That's not like what he's there for. What I care about is one, how's his footwork coming out from underneath center? How's his timing? How's his
Yeah.
hand? Like, is he getting the snaps from underneath center? Or are they putting him in shotgun and pistol more? Because that's what he's more comfortable with. How do they use him? I'm like, are they using him more in play action, or are they leaving him more stable in the pocket? And for him, I just want him to be efficient. If Mendoza can even manage to get a touchdown, move the ball down the field, be somewhat competitive, I'm happy. I expect for AOC to go out there, and I expect the AOC to actually go out there and compete at a high level. He's competing for a job. Bro, this is a job interview for AOC. He's displaying what he got to other teams. Let's be
You
honest.
better deliver, bro. Because if not, you're gonna be on the practice squad, dog. At the very least.
So for that, that's what I expect out of the quarterbacks. I expect them to be efficient. I expect them to one AOC and for Mendoza to have some issues. They're
Yeah.
not going to be perfect, but for Kirko, I just want to see him go out there and bro, like if he throws the pass and the pass was a little too high,
Right.
no biggie. You know what I mean? But if he's out there and he's throwing interceptions in the preseason, and we're getting sacked in the preseason, you know what I mean? That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, you hit it right on the button, Raider. Well, I think if Kirk does go out there, I think we're just going to probably see one series out of him. And again, I just want to see efficiency. I want to see the command that Kirk brings to the offense. Whether that's, hey, maybe you do some audibles, just show your command of the offense. Now, I know it's going to be a lot of vanilla offense from Kubiak, but I'm expecting one series. I don't, even if it's like it ends in a punt, touchdown, field goal, it's going to be one series for Kirk. And like I said earlier, with Mendoza, I want to see a fast start. Now, I'm not saying a first play, gun it down 80 yards down the field. I'm not saying that, but I want to see efficiency. I want to see that you have some growth from college to now. Can you handle the snap from under center? Can you? Because Clint Kubiak's bread and butter is the run game and play action. Can Fernando be efficient in that? Can you? We already heard in practice he's been fumbling the snap, and one of them came from under center. So I want to see how the handoffs with the running backs are. I want to see, to Will's point, I want to see his footwork. How does he respond to getting the snap from under center, going into his throwing his footwork? And then from AOC, I think he is gonna ball out there. I think he's gonna ball. Because like Will said, he is fighting for a job, and it may not be with the Raiders. It may be for another team. This is the time where all 31 other teams are looking at Aiden O'Connell. That if he gets cut from the Raiders, he may find his way onto another roster. Because I do believe if they put him down on the practice squad, some team will swoop him up.
Yeah. Honestly, what I'm looking for. Sorry, y'all. I have to forward this text to my wifey. It's gonna be much longer before the power comes back on in my house. It's crazy, nasty work. But what I'm looking for Fernando is just again the command of the offense. I hope he does get tested early on. I want to see him what he does under pressure, under some serious pressure, not from our team. So I want to see how he reacts to that. I've heard there's been reports he's already thrown a few interceptions, and that's okay. That's a given. And I think, yeah, you're right. I think you just want to prepare everybody for the fact that Fernando's probably not going to look pretty the first time out there.
Yeah.
Or maybe we're going to be totally wrong, and he's actually going to be able to rise to the occasion and look pretty solid out there. I hope we're wrong, to be honest with you, because sometimes it's very wishy washy at this point with him. It's either sometimes he'll have like a mediocre day, and then sometimes he'll have a pretty good day. So it's kind of been that kind of way for him lately. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's a really good day. Maybe he's the type of dude that really plays really good under pressure. Hopefully that's the scenario. And same thing for AOC. I think your job is, you're right. He's playing for a job at this point. And if he wants to make the 53, he doesn't want to go ahead and be kicked down a practice squad. He needs to go ahead and show why he needs to be on this team. I think they'll still go ahead and carry him either way. There might be a scenario where you might run with 3 quarterbacks. I don't see it. I still don't see it, bro, because that's not what we've normally done. And that's why I say that. But I could say, you know what, we're just going to run with 3. He hasn't said nothing yet. I think he might just leave it up to the last week of preseason, and then he might make a decision there. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, as of right now, it's right now we have 3, and it's probably going to be 2 come week 1. So if that means AOC to practice squad, okay. And then that's what it's gonna be. Let me ask you guys this: what should we look for from this offensive line, and then what should we look for from the wide receivers out there on Thursday? What are I think the more important one is honestly the offensive line, because we are going to be a run first type team, and a lot of our offense is going to be predicated on our run game. So what should we look for on Thursday from the guys that are going to be out there? And I think it's going to be the starting line, and then obviously they're going to go ahead and rotate through certain guys as well.
Well, you could talk about your war daddies real quick.
Oh, bro.
Go ahead, bro. You love them more, daddy. So positive necessary.
I'm expect you like this, man. The big old sexy war daddies up front, man. What do I want to see, or what do I expect to see? So
either or, bro.
Well, what I want to see is those big old war daddies just blowing people out of the fucking water, moving people like they just fucking little kids and shit. But what I expect to see is them communicating, them working together, being a unit, working in unison. If you make a mistake, you all make a mistake.
Yeah.
If it's not just, you know what, one guy, we're one block off. If we were going to be one block off, you might as well be one block off all the way down.
Yep.
Because somebody made the wrong call or something to that effect. But what I want is my big old offensive lineman, my big old sexy goddamn more daddies, bro, to fucking open some holes. Guys to move, to run the ball, to give Fernando or whoever the hell it is back there, Fernando, AOC, freaking Grandpa Joe, freaking George Blanda, freaking you could put Mark Davis with his freaking haircut back there and he could throw it to an open guy. That's what my biggest wish is, but I just want to see them keeping Mendoza or the quarterback clean and moving people off the football. And like I said, I want them to be communicating and working together in order to achieve those things. Now, other than that, bro, like what can you ask for from your offensive line, right? But I'll tell you what, you should look for who is going in and out, who's plugging in where, who are they trying to put where, because there's going to be guys getting pushed. Don't think because you got this first 5 offensive line that it ain't going to change. And there's one thing on this whole thing. Mendoza can change. Kirk Cousins can change. But how many offensive linemen are there on this roster, guys?
Everybody can change.
A lot.
Yeah, but I'd be like, honestly, how many offensive linemen are there on this roster?
There's a whole lot.
There's 8 to 9 guys.
Yeah. I think like 10. You could
10 max. 10. So most of those guys are going to make this team. About 70 to 60% of those guys are going to make this team. So that's what you should be looking for is who's going to be on this depth chart. Who are they looking for and who's not on this depth chart?
16 right now on the depth chart. They got 16 linemen.
16 linemen that are going to play?
Or that is on the depth chart.
Hmm.
I assume that is going to play for Thursday. Probably like 16 to maybe 17 offensive linemen.
Oh, then I'll be like, that's a lot more than I thought. But yeah, I'm thinking that's where you should pay the most attention. That's where you're going to see the guys that are going to be the second stringers in our second group. But go ahead, Primo. Go ahead, bro.
No, bro, you hit it right on the button. I was going to say opening some holes for the run game. Like, are we going to be seeing our running backs getting hit behind the line of scrimmage? Or just
I hope
picking
not,
up a
bro.
yard or
I hope
picking up 2 yards?
that's not the repeat from last year, bro.
Because we've seen that last year with Seattle.
Yeah.
Preseason. We seen Genty getting hit behind, and we were like, oh, it's just preseason. Little did we know that was a slippery slope, and that was a preview of what was to come for the regular season. So for preseason week 1, right away, I need to see this offensive line just, like Will said, moving off the ball, moving bodies, opening holes up for the running game, and keep just giving your quarterback time. I'm not asking keeping them clean that they can have steak dinners back there, but just give them enough time to find an open receiver down the field, that you have enough time to have these plays being developed, that the snap isn't coming out to the quarterback and he's already got defensive linemen on his lap. And we're going to see Aiden O'Connell out there getting sacked, or Fernando Mendoza getting sacked over and over again. We're like, damn, bro, Mendoza could get hurt preseason. That's what I want to see from this offensive line. Are you guys going to just get ran through like last year's offensive line? Or are you guys going to, like Will said, work together and just be a unit, be a wall for our quarterbacks, and also be a gateway to open up the run game? Because Clint Kubiak is he wants to run the football. If we cannot run the football, we can't do shit on offense. We won't. The play action won't work because they're not going to respect your run game. And if we're just going to go pass heavy, the defensive line ears are pinned back and they're going to be rushing the quarterback. More blitzes are going to be called against us. We have to establish a run, and it is going to start with these big war daddies up front.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh, fuck it. I don't know about calling another man daddy, bro. I'm good on that, B. You know what I mean? Shit. But, hey, whatever floats your boat.
I blame Raider Will, man.
It's okay, bro. I know he likes some daddies, bro. You know? He likes some daddies. He likes to call dudes daddies, bro. It's all good. Nah, I love, bro. But what should we? Yeah. So I mean, as far as the wide receiver, it's not, as far as talent wise, it's not the best, right? I think that's easy to be said there. We got Jalen Naylor, we have Malik Benson on the rise, and then you have also Shedrick Jackson, who I am very eager to go ahead and see what he's able to do in this preseason. And then outside of that, it's not a whole lot, right? We talked about Jack Besh earlier. Tariq Young is another guy that is also coming back and clicking up with Kubiak again. So what should we expect to see from these wide receivers? And then I'm gonna flip it to y'all on the other side of the ball. What should we be looking at? We should be looking from the defensive line. We talked about Tonka Hemingway, you got Adam Butler. Then you got Max. He's probably going to have some limited reps. And then after that, Malcolm Kuntz and Kwity Paye. And then the Ricky Crawford and so on. And then we can even go ahead and go into the linebackers with Walker. That Walker and Quay Walker and Dean, bro. Yeah. So, and then you got Eichenberg. The Eichenbergs. The Bergs.
The burgers.
Lindenberg, because we got Lindenberg, we got Eichenberg.
But like I was saying earlier, interesting to see Sloan be put up at edge. How y'all feeling about that? So I'll go ahead and hand it off to y'all, and then I'll drop in my 2 cents.
For the Will, you want to go first?
So which one?
Go ahead and did you already hit the wide receiver one?
Yeah.
All right. So what should everybody be looking for as far as the defensive line is concerned, and then the linebackers as well?
So defensive line. I need those big poppy swaggers up there, bro. I need Tonka Hemingway, bro, to be throwing some freaking men children out there like a fucking gorilla. I need him to be I need him to show me something. I need him to give me some hope so that way with him and Adam Butler, there's some type of dynamic duo on the inside. There's some type of pressure. It would be a big relief for me as a fan to see some pressure coming from the inside of the pocket than from the outside. Bro, that is going to give those guys on the outside that much more ability to make plays. Also, the guys in the secondary, because like I said, when the pocket collapses from the front, bro, that pressure is freaking worse on the quarterback than it is when it comes off the side. They want to get the ball out faster. They feel it faster. I don't know why. It's probably because your eyes are facing that way, but you see that pressure faster that way. So for me, I want to see that. Honestly, I'm excited because I feel like we have, and maybe I'm crazy, some sort of continuity and depth inside in the middle with Booker, with Tonka Hemingway coming along, and now with Adam Butler. With those three guys, we got some sort of rotation that we can keep three big guys in the middle, right? Or have some type of or differences of guys. Then you have Malcolm Kuntz developing on the outside. We've already talked about Kwity Paye, but Kwity Paye and K'Ron Crawford, both of them sat out a couple of days because of injury, right, in practice and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on there, but the emergence of Sloan, I'm like, I don't know if you guys saw, but he got a sack today.
Yeah.
And coaches are excited about this young man, you know? Yeah. I'd be like, so when you do those types of things, man, I mean, like, bro, it's exciting for that defensive line. It's young, it's fiery, it's hungry. Max Crosby wants to be there right now. Right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got that dude all the way fired up where he's over there trying to fight his starting quarterback, bro.
And you can see it, and people are talking about the energy that he has there. And then when you talk about the linebacking core, when is the last time you even said that we had two legitimate starters at linebacker? It was like since Kirk Morrison and Beaker. We're talking like 2006. I think Primo was barely a baby.
I know. I was a child. Yeah, I was like, what, 7, 6 years old?
See, I was like, my man was still a baby. I'd be like, I was just graduating high school. Or no, I barely got out of the Marine Corps. So I'd be like, bro, I'm still a young buck. So that's how long it's been. It's been 20 plus years since we had some good linebackers. Now, is there questions at depth? Absolutely. You know, Tommy Eichenberg, are you going to step up? Are you going to be that third guy? What happens if Nakobe Dean goes down?
Yeah.
What do we do then? Who supplements that? And that's where like Lindenberg comes in. That's where Sloan comes in. And these guys being moved around. Hey, man, or the kid from or the middle linebacker said, I've played more positions in practice this year than I've ever played. The guy that came from Green Bay, like I can't remember.
Quay Walker.
Quay Walker. He's played more positions on defense this year than he's ever played in his life. So that excites me, man. That tells me that these guys are going to be used in a multifaceted way where they're using different abilities and different skill sets.
Hey, for the defensive line, I want to see pressure. I know we can stop the run, but I want to see this quarterback go down hard. I don't give a fuck if it's preseason, y'all. I don't.
Carson Beck, you're going down.
Bro, slam these quarterbacks on their ass. That's what I want to see from the defensive line, because I said it earlier. We were able to stop the run last year. We just couldn't stop the pass. So it didn't matter that we were making opposing offenses one-dimensional, because they would just shred us in the passing game. So what I want to see from this defensive line is Tonka again living up to the hype that is coming out of camp. Continue doing what you're doing, and hopefully we see that come game time. I want to see what Quiddy Pay can bring. Can he get some sacks? We've seen this guy get eight sacks in back-to-back seasons, and then kind of took a dip, and he had a 5-sack season. So I want to see if he can give us some hope for the regular season, that he can get to the quarterback, he can take down the quarterback. And Malcolm Kuntz, I'm expecting this guy to get a lot of reps come Thursday. He said last year was a mental thing, that to get over the injury, he feels better. He feels like he is back. There's a lot of reports that saying he feels like he is back pre-injury. Hopefully that is the case come Thursday, and he can bring some pressure to the quarterback, but again, bring some sacks to the defensive line, because it is time, you guys, who outside of Max can get close to his sack total, because we brought it up last week. He had 10 sacks, and then the next guy below him had 4. Like, we need someone to match Max's energy and get at least close to him, getting 8 sacks, 10 sacks with him. And then for the linebackers, I feel like we know what Dean and Quay Walker can bring. I am excited to see Quay Walker play multiple different positions. He says being freed up like that, he feel like he can play faster and he doesn't have to think a lot. I believe Dean is going to get the green dot. So Dean's going to be the one calling the plays. But I'm really looking at our depth in the linebacker position, because in one of those, Dean has already been dealing with an injury. He is back in practice, but he was dealing with injury, as we know, earlier in the offseason. So we are going to need to see Eichenberg. We're going to need to see Lindenberg, who can step up. I know some people brought up Xavier Story earlier in the offseason. There's guys at depth that need to make a name for themselves, but they need to show out. And it really is the burgers I'm going to be looking at. The burgers. Tommy Eichenberg and Cody Lindenberg. You guys showed a little bit of promise last year towards the end of the year with the limited reps that you guys got. Preseason is no different. Show what you got. Especially you guys are playing behind Dean and Quay Walker, which you probably not going to see the starting field. You're going to be depth pieces to them, but show that you guys deserve to make this 53-man roster, because if they don't, I said it with the wide receiver group, you got guys behind you that are willing to take your job. Don't give another guy an opportunity to go out there and ball out. But from the linebackers, I'll end it with this. I really just want to see them not keep the middle of the field closed. Don't leave it wide open like they always do. Hopefully we can contain the middle of the field. And also, how are they going to – I want to see that, Rob Leonard's going to call out more blitz packages. I want to see, can the linebackers get home? Can we create pressure along with the defensive line? Because we are going to run a lot more blitzes. We're not going to be playing that conservative defense. So I'm watching how these linebackers cover, and also if we call some blitz, can they get home to the quarterback?
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these guys go ahead and scheme up on Thursday. I'm excited again. I'm excited to go ahead and see what Nakobe Dean Quay Walker do, and then outside of that, everybody else. I'm excited for Sloan. He's a guy definitely to go ahead and kind of keep a lookout on, and then Crawford, our guy that we picked up in the 3rd round as well, another guy to go ahead and keep a lookout on. So definitely a lot of stuff going on Thursday. Let me go ahead and switch it up, and we'll probably start round it off here. What should we look for from the secondary on Thursday? And then also, what are the players that we need to go ahead and watch as well on both sides of the ball? Give me your top 2 on who we should watch. For me, I think on the secondary part, I'll go ahead and give my 2 cents now. For me, on the secondary part, it's going to be Zeke Masses. I love that dude. I want to see what he can do. If Jamad McCoy gets him burned, that's another guy as well. And then obviously on the nickel position, if Stukes gets that opportunity, what is he going to be able to do in the nickel position? And then how also Paul Mao and that free safety plays out as well. But we're finally pretty strong at corner. I'm excited about that. And then just overall, just to look, guys to watch out. I think you don't have to say it. I think pretty much Fernando Mendoza is going to be all eyes on Fernando Mendoza once he takes the field for the first time. you cannot not say it. We just try to hit on everybody else's on different other players and different other topics because it's so obvious Fernando Mendoza. But aside from him, I'm really excited to see kind of what Genty does and Michael Washington, and then obviously on the flip side of the ball, it's going to be for me. It's going to be Zeke Masses, and I wanted to go ahead and see what Sloan and Sooks are going to do. But you guys, what do you guys think? Let me know. What do you guys we should look for in the secondary, and then what players we should look out for, and then everybody in the chat. Again, appreciate you guys pulling up and tapping in. What do you guys think we should be looking out for? Who are you guys excited to see? Let's just say on Thursday out there as well. So let us know down in the chat. But go ahead, Primos. I'll let you go ahead and kick it off.
For secondary, I mean, Zeke Masses for me too. I mean, we're hearing his name every single practice. Like it feels like, there's a play out there where I don't know what wide receiver who's going against, but again, sticky coverage, got a PBU on him in coverage. Love what I'm seeing out of Zeke Masses with the little clips that we're getting, and also the reports that we're getting. So I want to see more of that, sticky coverage. Stooks, I'm interested to see how he plays nickel, but I want to see what does Dalton Johnson bring to the table at the safety position. We know Isaiah Palomalu, he struggled last year with the free safety position. They have, I believe, Dalton Johnson they have him behind Chin, but I'm interested to see if they even play him at the free safety spot because I don't think that is a lot, unless they're putting Stooks there. And I want to see how much burn does Jamad McCoy get Thursday. Are they going to keep him on the limited pitch count, or are they going to let him play freely? But my main thing as a whole for the secondary, can we keep our hands on the football? Can we cause press breakups? Can we possibly get interceptions? These wide receivers should not be easy for these wide receivers to catch the football. Like, I want to make it hard for these wide receivers, even if it's a tough catch. Hey, it's a tough catch, but hey, I think Darian had one last year where he was sticky coverage, but the wide receiver just made a really good play. Hey, if the wide receiver just makes a good play, I can't beat you up on that. I will beat you up if you're 3-4 like Caillou Blue Kelly, just killing grass out there. So I'm expecting that this secondary can at least get their hands on the ball, and then players to watch. I don't want to steal Will's guys, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'll go to the wide receiver room. I want to see what can Trey Tucker continue living up to the hype. And I'll stay there. I'll go to the tight end room, and I want to see what can Michael Mayer show finally some hope that he can be that tight end, that real tight end to Brock Bowers. That when we go into 12 personnel, they have to watch Michael Mayer. But even as a depth, if you go farther into the tight end room, Ian Thomas and Carter Runyon, I think, is dealing with an injury, so I don't know if he will be ready for Thursday. That's what I seen from reports that he's dealing with an injury that's giving more opportunities to Ian Thomas. So I'm interested to see who will be that third tight end behind Michael Mayer for the defense. I'm gonna go with Malcolm Kuntz. I want to see if he is going to be back to that form pre-injury. That's what we're hearing. We're hearing if he can be that he is back to that pre-injury Malcolm Kuntz that we've seen in 2024. Or 2023. So I'm really interested to see what Kuntz brings on Thursday. And that's the players I am watching on Thursday. Well, I hope I didn't take nobody from you.
Nah, I mean, like all you said was we got to watch the whole team. So I got you, bro.
Only name 3 guys.
I was just messing with you, bro. So defensive.
Hold on, bro. Let me
go ahead.
Give him a gong, bro. It's a delayed gong.
Then we got to watch for the kicker and the punter. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, fuck, bro. Yo, all I gotta say is this, man. Yo, first of all, man, hey, if you guys are out there, if you guys are out there, man, make sure that if you guys are on my boy Jay Raiders page, you show a little love, man, and contribute.
Yes, bro. Show a lot of love to Jay, bro.
So that way we can keep the lights on and we can keep this show going. You guys know what it is. Sorry, guys, my dog is going crazy. But Caster. But you know what? At the end of the day, guys, when we talk about the defensive backs, well, what do we want to see? Interceptions and PBUs. That's what they get paid for. I don't want to be hearing about this. Oh, well, we kept this guy contained and, they just dinked and dunked us all the way down the field and we can't get our hands on the football. Nah, you are there to do one thing, is get that motherfucking ball. See ball, get ball. That's what you get paid for. So that's what I want to see with the DBs. I want to see PBUs. I want to see coverage. I don't want to see a 3rd and 18 become a first down or a flag with pass interference. Players to watch. Players to watch, man, I'm going to tell you guys right now, Malik Benson is a player to watch offensively because he's the guy on what everybody's looking at, right? And Jack Besh. Jack Besh is a guy that we need to see. If he doesn't show up, I want to know why he's listed as a 3rd wide receiver, right? He needs to show up and show out. On defense, to me, it's going to be the big boys in the middle and the front 7. It's not just one player to watch. It's a group to watch. If this front 7 exotic, what are we doing? Are we doing different types of blitzes, different looks? Are we going into different fronts? Are we doing stuff post action? Or, what are we doing? Those are the things to watch because scheme wise, we're going to be pretty vanilla, I think. But we're going to give up little wrinkles when we have guys playing in different spots. So to me, but the one player defensively I am watching, and I'm with you, is Ezekiel Masses. Is this guy really everything everybody's saying he is? Or is it that we're just going against a poor wide receiver?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. This is the first test for the new Raiders, team, to be honest with you, on both sides of the ball. I was going to say new Raiders offense, but it's actually both sides of the ball that is actually kind of new. We got personnel, not only team wise as far as like player wise, but coaches as well. So you're going to see real tests. We're going to see actually how Clint Kubiak and Robbie Leonard and Andrew Janoko operate during an actual game. This is kind of what even though these guys have already been involved in games before, it's not something new, but really the management part of it is really gonna go ahead and kind of give them the first little test, and it's just getting that experience of running the show by yourself. And me and Primos talked about it the other day, the week prior, when you had to dip out. Well, and so I brought up this question: is like, how are they going to perform? How are they going to go ahead and look like this season, right? And are they going to make the right calls at the right times? Are they really going to go ahead and be able to go ahead and game manage and be able to know when to run the clock, know when to go ahead and hurry up, how to go ahead and up tempo this offense if it's like struggling, if they see it where it's like, they're having issues getting started and they're choking, like what are they going to do to go ahead and make the adjustments to get it going? Because a lot of the struggles that we had last year is that we couldn't find out how to go ahead and really get this offense going once it started struggling. It's like once we got into a 2-minute or in a hurry up, that's when you started seeing the team really perform, right? Because you're having the defense on their toes, you're playing at a fast tempo, and you're kind of catching them off guard. So are we going to finally see that happen more often when it happens? Or is it going to be the same song and dance that we normally see from this team where it's like the coaching staff trying to figure out like, okay, how do we get this offense going? Or we're just going to be pounding the ball until we like eventually like get it through, if we ever get it, even if we ever get it through, because sometimes when we do that, we look pretty awful because we know that defense is just like stacking everybody in that box to make sure like nobody's gonna get through. So, how do you guys feel about that? And I think we'll go ahead and cap it off there. But how you guys think? How you guys feeling about this coaching stuff? What do you guys think about their tests as well? Well, I'm gonna go with you because you didn't get to
he
answer.
wasn't there.
Yeah, you weren't here. You didn't have to answer this question. I think we'll go ahead.
Okay, so what do I think about this coaching staff?
Their first test, like how do you feel they're going to perform? Because we talk about the players all the time.
So when I look at the coaching staff, I think we already see the proof in the pudding. There's already a different rhythm of practice. There's already a way of professionalism inside the building. I'd be like, Kubiak, he really has a way of doing things without speaking too much, right? He really freaking is like a man of few words and follow. And he's able to motivate his players. So what do I expect out of the staff? I mean, like, bro, honestly, shoot, bro. This staff is going to make this team grow. I think it's going to help them develop in professionalism. It's there. And I mean, like, we have a great group of coaches that are teachers, that are not egotistical, that didn't come in and say, oh, all I do is win 10 games. It's all about hard work. It's all about the things that got you here, right? Like literally, like if you think about it, since Pee Wee football, you're taught work hard, 100% in practice, do the right fundamentals, take the right steps, do everything. Bro, these coaches are not recoaching rocket science, but they're able to motivate these players and teach certain techniques and certain things. So for me, I think Rick Dennison being experienced, having 4 Super Bowls, that's crucial. You bring in McCoy with experience as a head coach, as an assistant head coach, to rely on somebody that your father as a coach used. I'd be like, bro, just look at the way that this team is built from last year. Last year, we brought in Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll didn't even hire his OC. The DC that he had was from the previous staff. And then he brought in his sons. He brought in his sons to the coaching staff as premier coaches for positions, for key spots. This staff is 100% different, guys. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's something in the water. And finally, the Raiders are headed in the right direction, in my opinion.
There you go.
I'm gonna give a little bit of a rebuttal back to Will here. I was like, I think we know what they can do, play calling wise. I think we know what they can bring to the table when it's talking about being teachers, about growing. But the question lies here: how can Clint Kubiak call a game? We haven't seen Clint Kubiak call a game.
Whoa. Yes, you have.
Game management wise.
So that's the difference. There's calling the game within the game, right? Because he's called offensive plays, he's called series. Yes. Now when you're talking about, because he's managed the game as well. And that's the difference between the offense and the defensive coordinator. When you're a defensive coordinator, you don't manage time. When you're an offensive coordinator, you do manage time. Time management is essential for you because you have to. That's why you have a 2-minute offense. That's why you have a 4-minute offense. That's why you have different, you have those different packages. So Kubiak, to a certain extent, has managed the game, but he hasn't managed the entirety, saying, like, hey, and he's not going to call the defense.
Yeah.
Now, Rob Leonard, on the other hand.
Oh, yeah. I haven't got to him yet.
That's
and I think that's where I'm having questions there that I hope we see in this preseason game. Now, of course, it's a lot of vanilla that we're probably going to see. But what I mean is that is he going to know when to call a timeout? Again, it's a preseason game. Is Kubiak going to manage the game as he would a regular season game?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I would love to see him. Does he know when to challenge a play? Does he know when to call a timeout?
Yeah,
when your defense is getting gassed or your offense is, like, to your point, Will, when your offense is struggling. Like, do you know when it is time to, okay, do we go up tempo and not wait till the last 2 minutes of the half to finally fix it? I want to see those things.
So let me ask you this, Primo, because you're going on that.
Go ahead.
Don't you expect that with the rookie head coach?
Like
Well,
struggling,
look,
like struggles.
well, yeah, he's gonna.
Like a learning curve
think-
on that.
Oh yeah, I expect
Well, I
it.
don't think he's gonna struggle per se, bro. But there is
What I'm
gonna
saying is,
be
I don't
some
want to
things
see.
there.
Yeah,
There's gonna be some things where you're gonna be like, okay, maybe he should have done this. He should have
A
done
learning
that.
curve.
yeah.
I mean, he's just gonna make mistakes, bro. I mean, he's not gonna be perfect like off the bat. I think that's something.
What I'm
you
saying
learn.
is just struggling like badly is what
Mm-hmm.
I'm meaning. Not the.
Is he gonna
you know,
struggle badly?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
And
I
that's
don't
why
think
I'm
he's
like,
gonna
I don't
struggle
want to see
badly,
that.
bro. No, I don't think he's gonna struggle badly. And this is the thing where I think you're probably alluding to the AP thing, right? Where he kind of did struggle badly at times, not all the
Yes.
time, but it was quite a bit of time, right? And I think with him, see, this is the thing with AP, and we'll go back to what we said a few weeks ago. Is just that AP came in, and this was his first stint in the NFL. He was a linebacker coach. He really
Yep.
didn't do much besides manage his guys in that room.
One
That's
one
all he
position.
did. One position. That's it. It's not even like a defensive coordinator where you're also keeping, because you're not managing the time, but you are keeping in mind of the time, because you're having the counter offense trying to go ahead and run it down the field to go ahead and either score a touchdown or take the lead or whatever, right? And so you're also looking at that part, because you're trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to go ahead and rotate these guys in? What are we going to look for? Yada yada yada. But the thing with AP, never had to deal with none of that, right? And with Kubiak, yes, you do take into account of time management, but you're not the one calling the timeouts. You're not the one necessarily putting out the challenge flags. You're running a certain tempo for your offense, and either that can be a hurry up or a 2 minute, or you're trying to go ahead and kill the clock, and now you're running it down the middle, or you're doing certain run packages to go ahead and be able to go ahead and kill the clock. So there's two different things, and he doesn't normally have full control of that because it still has to go through the head coach, right? So the difference is now is that he's going to be able to call those timeouts and challenge those flags and kill the clock more efficiently.
Yeah.
But he's going to also count on Andrew Janoko to go ahead and go into certain packages and certain scenarios, because he's very analytical like that. Y'all haven't known, like he's like
all
that,
ball. Yeah.
So he has a process for everything. So if he sees a certain, like, okay, cool, we're up by like 3 and we got like 6 minutes to go. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and go into this package to start killing the clock, right? So it's really kind of letting Janoko also take a little bit more control, but not as much. You already know Clint's going to go ahead and run his offense. That's a given.
Yeah.
But I think because he's doing this for the first time, I think he's going to rely a little bit on Janoko. But I could be wrong.
So there's a special coach that you have that kind of like helps you with that. There's the guy that like looks at the clock. There's a guy that looks at all those things.
Yeah.
So there is it's like, I don't even know what it's called, bro. It's like there's some sort of freaking coach on the field, but they do
game
that,
management,
right?
game manager.
Yeah, something like that. So when you look at that, Jay, and you hit the nail on the head, for me, Kubiak is not going to suffer as much because he didn't move from a position into he's a coordinator. It's a natural progression. You're handling one side of the ball. You already know, like in the flow of the game, what to do, where to call a timeout. What is this? Because you've done it before. He's not a rookie guy that's like never done that. And what I love is what you guys just said, is that this guy's going to use his staff, his whole team. And I'll be like, this is Ben Johnson all over again, but we finally got our Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
And that's what I see. Finally something that's going to be competent out on that field, and we'll be a competitive team. Now, are we going to go to the playoffs and all this crazy shit? No. But are we going to be a competitive team? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
for
agree
sure.
with that.
Shout out to Frank Weber. He says, I seriously doubt our coaching staff will cost us any games this year, but it's been a while since I said that. Honestly, bro, and it could happen, man. It could happen where they can mess up, but will those mistakes be constant? I don't know. That's going to be the question right there. So we'll see. I know my picture went away. There you go.
You froze up.
Yeah, I know it froze up. Stupid thing. All right. Well,
No, but hey, I'm gonna tell you guys like this, man. Hey, I want to send a big shout out to our boy Jay Raider. Hey, this man is 100% dedicated to the game, bro. This man, like, he had a power outage at his house. We had the show on. He drove over to his homeboy's mom's house, kept the show going. So y'all, hey, in the chat, just know this man is just dedicated.
And that dude left me here, bro. He left me. That dude was like, "I'm going to the gym, bro. I'm out of here. I'll see you later, dog." I'm like, "Where you going?" He's like, "I'm going to the gym right now, bro." I'm like, "Okay, thanks, bro."
Yeah.
But look at them, my
goddaughter
here.
Man, Jay Raider,
my goddaughter and his parents are here, so that's family, bro.
That's
I know my boy for like 25 years, dog. We went to high school. That's how much love it is, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, my boy got my back. Yeah, I had literally, y'all. It was crazy. Like we're doing the intro and the power went out, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What's up,
and then
bro?
I'm just hearing the intro like play in the background because like the internet's still kind of like pushing out a little bit. And I'm like, damn. Like, what am I gonna do? I couldn't even get on the phone. I couldn't even do it from the phone at home because the cell service sucks over there. You know, it's very spotty for T-Mobile, like in my area. So I'm like, I had to like once I started driving. I think I pulled up to his house and I was like, cool. But he's like, yo, my power, his power's out too, bro. So I had to come to his mom's house. That's how crazy it is, bro. Just to go ahead and finish off the show, y'all. But hey, real quick, shout out to one of the queens here, Raider Loves in the building. What's up, girl? Appreciate you pulling up and tapping in with us on this Monday night. I might have to go ahead and pull up another one from tomorrow and do like a quick live and just kind of recap some of my, because all my show shit just went out the drain. Well, half of it. We covered a good amount, y'all. We covered a good amount.
Well, shoot, hit me up, Jay. We'll link up tomorrow.
Let's do this, and I'm gonna cap it off like this, y'all. I can do a show, a preview show, without doing a keys to victory.
Oh,
let's go ahead and do that shit, because now I'm like, all right, cool. We got a Thursday game, literally 3 days away. Give me y'all keys to victory. Give me a quick 30-second keys to victory from each one of y'all. Primos, go ahead. Let us know. What do the Raiders need to do to go ahead? Yeah, 30 seconds, dog. 30 seconds.
I'm going to give it just like CBS. Just 3. Number 1, got to get pressure to the quarterback and just not get to him, sack him. 2, create turnovers. You need to create turnovers. And 3, score mother effing points. Not field goals, though. Touchdowns. Put the ball in the end zone. That's what I need to see. I think those are 3 keys to victory, but also it gives the nation hope that things are changing. We're going to see 3 things that literally got changed probably overnight if we see those 3 things happening Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Love it. Will, what about you?
Keys to victory, right? Key number 1. We got to run the fucking football. We got to go out there and just kill them in the trenches. Rule number 2, defensively, we just got to kill them. We got to go out there and just manhandle them like we're some silverback gorillas. And number 3, the key. We got to get those turnovers. We got to convert those PBUs into INTs. And that's the way the Raiders will win this game, baby.
Who's that supposed to be?
I have no idea, bro.
It's kind of like that guy from Lord of the Rings. That freaking...
like fucking Precious and shit. My Precious.
Ah, Precious.
That's what I thought. He was trying to sound. But most importantly, they have to
just win, baby.
There you go. That sounds like a drunken Gruden and a Dick by Tall, bro. I don't know what was going on there. There you go. There you go. There you go. Love says Forrest Gump, bro. That's
Hey, Frank Weber had a
pretty,
good key to get
pretty
victory too.
nail on
Yeah,
the
no
coffin.
injuries.
Yeah, it's in the nail on the coffin, girl. Yo, I'm gonna go with my boy Lucky, my oos. He says Keith Victor starts with the trenches 100%, bro.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you guys touched on it. You guys protect the quarterback, but not only that, we need to go ahead and be able to establish the run game. And that's a lot that our offense is going to be predicated on. We need to go ahead and be efficient in the red zone. I think that's, again, just coming back to what you guys kind of said. It's just being able to convert, when we're in red zone territory. I think that was our biggest obstacle last year. We couldn't fucking do that
Yep.
efficiently
There's a
at
big
all.
difference between
There's
3 points and 6 and 7 points.
100%.
Yeah, we couldn't even score we couldn't put the ball in from the 1 yard line. It was that bad. So hopefully this year that changes and we're able to go ahead and put points on the board efficiently once we're in red zone territory. On the opposite side of the ball, we need to go ahead and contain the run. So the trenches need to go ahead and do their thing. I'm excited to see what what type of scheme Robbie Leonard's going to go ahead and dial it up. And we need to go ahead and just let the secondary do what the secondary has been doing through training camp, and just being, ball hawks and being disruptive and breaking up those plays, breaking up those passes. And I think if we do that, we have a good shot. Obviously, our quarterbacks are our quarterbacks, and we expect certain things from them. But I think overall, if I just have to look at it from a whole, just being more efficient, more competent in the way our style play. I think if we get that going and we look better, even at preseason level with the 2s and 3s, and we're able just to be more efficient, I think that's gonna say a lot going into week 1. But obviously, this is the first game, and we're gonna go ahead and find out. But that's our keys to victory, y'all. Again, appreciate you guys pulling up and tapping in and rocking with us on this Monday night. Again, apologies for my whole crazy stuff going down,
no
bro.
apologies
Literally,
needed,
right
Legendary.
as I hit start, the thing goes down. It didn't even happen before that. If it would have happened before that, we could have just postponed it. But hey, it's all good, man. We were able to go ahead and get it through. And again, thank you for everybody that was patient and stuck with the guys, and was able to go ahead and still tune in up to this point and tap in with us. Let them know what you guys got going on for the rest of the week. Go ahead. I'll start with you. Let them know where they can find you, and then what do you have going on for the week?
All right. Hey, yeah, man. You guys know what it is, boy. It's your boy Raider Will with the Silver and Black Radio Podcast and the most notorious crew. On Tuesday, we will be doing our notorious podcast with my boy Cheeto Linus, the world famous 401 Raider Jeff, and our boy LB Raider 10, man. We're going live at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then on Thursday, on the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, post-game show, because we usually do our games on our show on Thursdays, but this time we're going to do a post-game. We are going to try to link up with our boy Jay Raider, Primo, and the rest of our cast. We're going to try to get them on, and we're going to do a post-game report, letting you guys know what's cracking, what's going on. And then, hey, we'll be back with Raiders Unleashed next Monday, man. You guys know what it is.
Raiders Unfiltered. Raiders Unleashed. As my boy's Rebels channel, dog. That's a wrong channel, my boy. Yeah, lay out the ganja, my boy.
You know what it is. Raiders Unfiltered 3.0, not 2.0, not 1.0. It's 3.0.
It's just Raiders Unfiltered, bro. That's what it is, my guy. It ain't Raiders Unleashed. But shout out to my guy Rebel, bro. Make sure you guys have it with Rebel too, bro.
Quick plug.
Get some AOC
quick
takes.
Plug. It's quick plug, bro.
Quick plug. No, for real. Hey, shout out to him because he turned me on to some players, man, and he knows his shit, bro. The dude knows his shit. So like him or not, dude knows his shit. So much love to my guy Rebel. Make sure you guys tap in with him on Raiders Unleashed. So quick plug, but you can catch us next Monday here at Raiders Unfiltered with your boys Jay Raider, Primos, and Will. See, there you go. I put the record straight. But hey, if you guys want to go ahead and run it, we'll talk about it offline. But if you want to do one big old party on Thursday,
first game of the season,
bro.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. I'm game always. Primos, let them know where they can find you at and what you got going on.
All socials on Instagram, on YouTube, Raider Primos. Can't not hard to find. Well, we got lined up Wednesday, you guys. Our first Primos preview. We are previewing the Cardinals and Raiders in depth. We're gonna have my thoughts more in depth. I didn't want to take up too much time on this show, so join me Wednesday, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, for an in-depth preview to the Cardinals and Raiders. And then Thursday, I might be pulling up with my boys Jay and Raider Will and
Let's
more Raiders
go.
content creators, giving you guys my thoughts on the post game. And then Saturday is going to be a short live. If you guys want to join, it's mainly for my fantasy league people. I am going to be breaking down Raiders fantasy outlook, some Raiders that you should be looking at in the first round, maybe some sleepers on this Raiders team, and maybe we even talk about around the NFL some sleepers that you guys should be considering for your draft. But yeah, that'll be Saturday. Still haven't got a time, but yeah, go hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so you guys are not missing anything from your guy Raider Primos.
There you go. There you go. That's what's up. Well, as for me, um, well, I might go ahead and do a live tomorrow, and really kind of go into previewing tomorrow Thursday's game, and then make sure you guys go ahead and tap in for the post game reaction show on Thursday
Yes.
with your boy Jay Raider. We're gonna have some guests. If Will's gonna go ahead and pull up, let it be known, man. We're gonna figure that part out, and you might have Primos in there again. We might run it back on Thursday for the post game, and we're bringing it hot and dirty, as you
Yes,
already
sir.
know,
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
But
You know what it is.
and then Saturday, I'm probably gonna be doing a Good Morning Raiders as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap into that, and I'll really cover and break down Thursday's game, and I might have a guest too. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up too as well. So
I like that Saturday morning show, bro. I'll be listening to them sometimes when I'm driving in my truck going to work. Be like,
Yeah.
oh, damn, that boy, shoot, you be throwing some dimes out there, boy.
There you go, man. Yeah, man. We be doing it, but yeah, this Saturday we're probably gonna working on bring on a guest. So we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. So make sure you guys go ahead and stay tapped in, turn on notifications for everything Just Raiders, and then obviously if you guys want to go ahead and be a part of the Fire membership content I be spewing, and I got shout out to my boy Will right here. Put out dubbed it Jay's Corner, bro, and I ran with it. So the members only Q&A. I'm doing a video every Friday for my members where I can go over and really break down you guys' questions and comments. We can go ahead and talk about we can talk about this game, we can talk about preseason, we can talk about the season coming up. Fernando Mendoza, Kirk Cousins, whatever you guys want to go ahead and talk about, I can go ahead and give you like an in-depth take and just do more of a one-on-one. And this is for the members only. I don't put this out there for the public. This is just for the JRB fam. So if you guys want to be a part of the JRB fam, go ahead and hit that link that's pinned up top. It really does go ahead and help keep the lights on here at Just Raiders, and it's only $5 a month, and it covers everything. I'm gonna be doing live streams as well. We're doing Jay's Corner already. Gonna be doing special videos just for the members only. Again, special hot takes on certain subjects or certain things going on with the team. Like I just put out the Vita Vea. That's still Vita Vea is kind of still up in the air. You never know. You might hear something next week. Vita Vea to the Raiders. I gave you guys my take on that. So if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, go ahead and click that link, become a member. And if you guys are on your computer, I believe you guys have access to the free trial to become a member. And I was planning to go ahead and kind of do that today and give out some memberships. I was a little bit limited in because of the whole thing kind of going on. Actually, let me go ahead and see if I can try real quick. I want to go ahead and try to give some memberships real quick. Again, thank you guys for just being part of the show. Everybody who commented today, who participated, everybody who just spectated, it's all love. You guys' support, you guys' interaction goes a long ways and really does help to go ahead and continue to grow our channels and our show and deliver fire content to you guys as well. So, yeah. All right. So I'm not able to go ahead and really. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and send this off to you guys. There you go. Send it off. 5 memberships. There you go. To my peoples, congratulations to you all. Man, yo, that's crazy, bro. So I'm looking at the memberships right now. Rest in peace, Robert Pena. He got a membership, bro. Shout out to the guy.
Man.
Salute
Shout
to
out
him.
to the
Rest in peace.
OG, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
Supporting everybody. He supported everybody.
Even beyond the grave, brother. Hey, salute to him, man. Rest in peace. But salute to everybody else who got their memberships as well. Appreciate you guys just for becoming members, just for being part of the show. You guys are getting free memberships. So salute to everybody. All right. But that is it for y'all. Again, appreciate you guys. I sent out 5 more as well. So
Dude, look at this. Everybody lock in. Get in Jay's corner because he's going to be spewing that fire stuff on that corner, baby. It's like El Paletero. He's giving you all sweet candy, all sweet goodness, baby, on that JR corner.
There you go. That's what's up. All right. But other than that, appreciate you guys. Love as always. I will see you guys on the next one. Make sure, again, tap into the respective shows. We're going to be back on Thursday to do that post-game reaction show. So make sure you guys hit that notification. I'm going to be on 30 minutes after the game is over. I'll go ahead and come on, just go over like the pressers and stuff like that. We'll go ahead and be on. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap into that. Yeah. So
we will be on 30 minutes after the game.
Well, I don't know.
I'll be waiting for the invite.
There you go. There you go. I don't know. Will wanted to do his own thing. So like,
we gotta figure it out. We gotta figure it out.
We gotta get figured out.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out right now. All right, y'all. But appreciate you guys. Love as always. Till next time. Always remember, just Raiders, baby. All right. We outro.
Raiders. Let's fucking go, baby. Thursday nights.
And since I didn't play the intro, I'm gonna play the intro for the outro. For the intro, because it's an outro. There we go. Peace, y'all.